shift. Like when Peep turn does into an
Oh
octopus.
man, polymorph.
Polymorph, that one, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
a
love that.
classic.
When you turned Kirby into a T-Rex.
All of it, all the transformations.
Remember Potato? Remember when we were scheming that for the longest?
Didn't I take it out of it like after
was
one
like-
turn?
That shit was so funny. I texted Potato. I'm like, guess what you could do?
Hmm.
He was like, holy shit.
The good news, my favorite moment of Peeps was like you were underneath the bar, like in the crime like room, and you like just put a bunch of objects in a room with one guy and then blocked off the room while it was on fire, and you're
Actually, it was funny.
and I was just sitting there like, oh, so you're the villain.
Man,
This is crazy.
I forgot about so much that happened here in Campaign 1.
Yeah, that's the reason why we do these streams, so that way I could chronicleize the story, and it's peak.
It's peak.
It's peak. Alright. I'm getting mentions.
Oh, it's the thing that I did.
Yeah. If you guys didn't know, Kat had inspired an idea, and they took the action to go forth and accomplish the idea on behalf of myself and the rest of you. So you can thank your fellow player, Kat. You can go ahead and post it if you like. We've included a progression type map for you guys. I think it's
Where
enough
do you want?
to. You can put it in the live map channel. But
Let's go.
it's in text channels.
Thanks.
It should help in understanding how small / big the world is. It was brought up as a good point that it'd be nice to have some type of progressive like thing as you guys continue throughout the universe. So I presented the map, and whenever you discover some places or go somewhere, we can progressively update it so that way you guys can see what you've been and what you've done. So, give you some understanding of the world thus far. And this is just for where the player group has traveled, not for individual knowledge. If you want to expand that knowledge, as far as like locations and such like that, any maps or any new locations you guys receive, you could theoretically piece those pages together and create a larger scale of what's out there. So, yeah. I'm going to say, oh, hey Zap. Perfect timing. Zap, if you missed it, in the live map channel, there's a progressive map that is available for the whole party. I believe it's because of a conversation that you and Kat had that this came into effect, so it's a nice benefit for everybody.
Makes it.
I hope it helps with any of your endeavors of travel, too, just understanding where you are. So, with that being said, I have all of you here. If there's anything you need to do right now, speak now for however hold your peace. Okay, cool. Let's begin. Where to begin, actually, matter of fact. Let's start with the realm of Carnelian and Idris, and what the hell happened inside there with the whole hand, whatever its name is, the hand, yeah, cackle. That was the one. All right, Carnelian stepping into your realm. Idris following behind, the hand stuck into your hair, still like that little cusp of a braid that you always keep. You all step in as the shift activates the room, and everything is dark and shadowy. Representations of the world around you, but just empty. A terrain of the things that you see around you in dark shadow. You guys stand in a place of ownership of Carnelian.
Karn kind of like looks around his terrain and thinks about the things that he was told that he could do and what he had practiced. And he'll try to find his center.
All right. Just for a moment, you sit there and like try to find it for a moment. I'm gonna say I need you to make a Constitution check, which is very rare to make in D&D.
15?
Okay. It's easy to find the center of like the power that you're having, but what you do actually have. Oh, hello, my dog. What you do end up having to do is take in a little bit of pain as you remember the strain that was put upon you in testing and practicing this, as it just completely eats away at you. In focusing with a 15 on on the Constitution check, you maintain a focus of your plane. However, 15 is not high enough to do the effects and powers that were said to you, so you don't get any
I'm gonna use my
damages or
second wind
exhaustion.
thing then.
Okay. Yeah, roll your second wind. You're looking for a 5 or higher.
8.
All right. With that, you're able to like kind of bind yourself to the plane a little bit more, kind of like calling upon your fighter-ness. Idris, you see Carnelian, who struggles for a moment in trying to like gain control of this thing. You look at the walls of this echo shift and they like shudder in a moment. Like you see like a flicker of like control as a dark shadowy hand reaches out from one side to reach in, and it's cut off and dissipates into dust as Carnelian regains focus. And you see that there's like a different energy in this place now. Carnelian, you have a little bit of control here. I'll say the only effectiveness thing you can do here is you can end the plane whenever you want. It will still end at the end of the minute, but you can end it whenever you want.
Is that a permanent thing that I can do now?
No,
or
not a permanent thing. This is
I would need to
you have
practice
this
a little
right
bit
now.
more.
Yeah, there's more things you can do, but you're just kind of discovering these things as you go.
Okay. Karn will look over towards Idris. So,
Idris does not look pleased, first of all. She has her arms crossed, and she's normally, when she's in this plane, she's like kind of his shadow because she's not a big fan of the dark, but she is as far away as she possibly can. And she just kind of shoots metaphorical daggers his way. What?
it's, you're probably going to want to step away from the hand.
Why?
And we're leaving it here, are we not?
What if I don't want to?
I thought we already discussed this.
No, you all discussed this. I'm just here.
If you don't want to, that's your choice.
No, I don't want to.
Okay. Well, can I
Well.
practice stuff on you then?
Like what?
I'm trying to figure out placement in between my realm. Trying to figure out moving things in and out of it.
She noticeably just kind of, whatever her tense posture was before, has significantly softened, and she just kind of shrugs and she walks over. Is it gonna hurt?
No idea.
No, you don't know.
No, that's why I'm testing it.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I won't kill you.
I hope
He's
not.
going to try to focus on taking Idris out of the realm without using the like special legendary thing, and then trying to bring Idris back in. Like
temporary displacing them, kind of.
Yeah.
Make a. This is gonna be an interesting check. But you should have control, so I'm not gonna. Ooh. That's interesting.
I've seen it before.
You have seen it before. That's why I'm trying to like
And
piece it together. If you were able to like combine how they were working it. I
I
think
think the last time we did it, I rolled for it, and I rolled decently. I didn't do an outstanding roll.
Yeah,
But-
it was a Constitution saving throw what you made.
Mhm.
But this is different. I need you to make intelligence check.
Oh
Just
boy.
raw intelligence, because like I think you're using a part of Carnelian that isn't unlocked yet, so it's like unlocking a skill for you, right? So it's like you have to have the knowledge here.
Boy. 13. I'm assuming that fails.
It's not good and it's not bad, I would say. You see it just for a moment you feel a little lightheaded, as you can tell that there's some type of effect going on. But Carnelian, as you reach out to like kind of send Idris back, you see the small, tiny like black hole of a portal start to open to kick her back. And as much as it's opened, it's closed again. It's just flickering. It's not
Can I use my second wind?
Unfortunately for this, for your intelligence check for your second wind, as soon as you find the result of this right now, it just dissipates. You'll have to choose to use your second wind without knowing the result, I believe. Unless your second wind's a reaction.
It is.
Alright. Well then, you know what? If you use your second wind, I'll let you know right now. The DC for this specific thing to send them in and out is going to be a DC 20.
I'll do it anyway. I just need a 7.
It's a 7. I'll let you know it can have bad effects if it is done in a way, but I'll let you figure that out.
All right. 6.
Just missing the DC 20 at 19. You managed to open the portal. Idris, you actually see kind of an open rift. Your lightheadedness goes away immediately as Carnelian again hones the focus and loses that wind again, just pushing their energy into it. The rift opens and you can see the opposite side where things are moving in a fast motion. You see like time spinning, and you see like the position where you once stood in the table where everybody was having their discussion is like going in a fast pace. You can't hear anything. It's all like a big like cave sound to you. But you see a window into the other material world for a second where you could exit and enter. And as you see that opening, for the moment, it seems shut. And in its place, a shadow is formed right in front of you, Idris. And you are engaged with this shadow creature.
Oh, great.
You two managed to take it out together. Idris, you expend 2 first level spells, and Carnelian a charge of your echo. No, not your echo, but like you just use the ammunition if you use your regular ammunition. It doesn't take long to take it out, basically.
Okay.
But you guys managed to take out the shadow in that combat effectiveness. Idris, you lose a couple spell slots.
That's fine.
Your strength isn't reduced, but some more encounters like this, it could potentially reach into that territory. As the shadow dissipates, Carnelian, Idris, you kind of pant for a second after taking it out. Carnelian, you start to wonder like how to hone that in better. And as you realize it's knowledge, you're just missing on critical information at this point. All you're missing is information.
Well, I can use it as a window, even though it goes by extremely fast. Or would it? It would go by extremely slow, Jacob. Not fast.
Correct. Apologies. I was saying that the time stream of what you're seeing is like a blip of that time. It's a fast like flicker of the time, and then it just goes away.
Yeah.
Like whatever that snapshot is.
That was interesting. Where did you learn that?
Just trying to figure something out.
No, but you learned that from somewhere, did you not?
Not really.
No?
I had a conversation with someone when I went to go do that thing on my own. And they had some knowledge of other things that they can do with it, and showed me a few things, and I was like, okay,
Wait, you
I need
mean
to try this.
other people can do the same thing you can?
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's not too common, but it is a thing that other people can do.
Well, it's good to know you're not alone.
Yeah, I guess.
The hand on you, Idris, kind of crawls to the shoulder and just like sits there. Carnelian, you see the hand on Idris's shoulder.
You see Idris, she lifts a hand for the hand to crawl onto.
So what are you gonna do about that? Because they're not gonna have a fun time with it.
Yeah, I can tell the positive, reaction to it all. It feels like my intentions are getting lost in translation, I suppose. I'm saying if we release it and let it go wherever it wants to go, it can cause more damage than good. But if we kill it, then that's just stuffing out a resource that someone could use. I'm trying to find someone who might be better suited for it, if not me.
Well, do you know of anyone nearby? Because
Hmm.
if it causes harm again, it's gonna start more stuff.
Well, I suppose that's a problem. I don't. And I was thinking about leaving it here with Laurent, but I don't know. I don't want to stick it on him. He's not the most knowledgeable with certain items like this. So I'm just attempting to correlate it to someone who might know better. He's not that equipped. I could be equipped, but no one here seems to be that thrilled that this thing's around. She kind of like lifts up Cackle as she's talking.
Cackle like gets up on like two fingers and starts pacing like with its two fingers behind its back like it's concerned, and it's like doing like a pace between like one part of your hand to the other part of your hand.
I will say though, I do not want to get rid of him. Right now, at least.
I mean, if I remember the conversation, it seemed like everybody agreed to it being gone and lost in the realm. I
Well,
know you didn't necessarily agree to it, but you denied it at first and then just accepted it out of frustration or something.
well, I changed my mind. I don't agree with it. And
Okay.
they can chastise me later, but I don't think it's a wise decision. Like why on earth would anyone part with something so incredible? Meanwhile, you all get to keep your cursed items from the Lich's dungeon and I can't keep mine.
I don't have a cursed item.
Well,
Who else
at
has a
least
cursed item?
I believe Ymir does, if I'm correct.
I think the issue with it is keeping people awake. I think that's the only problem.
Well, he doesn't typically go after the same people every single time.
I mean, if that hand were to keep me up all night, I'd be pretty irritated.
I'm not saying that it's not irritating, but it won't be forever. And I don't know. I don't think I don't think we should do it. I don't think I'm going to do it.
Well, I will let you know right now. If it keeps me up, there's gonna be a problem. I need my full rest to have my full potential unlocked.
Even you are not on my side, I see.
Only if it keeps me up. Otherwise, I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
What would happen if you left me in your realm?
Not good things. You get lost. There's hardly any way back. It is very dangerous. I don't know if you saw the hand that tried to come in and grab
No, I was
us.
watching.
Oh yeah, that um probably die. You'd also lose all of your magic. It siphons magic here, outside of my realm.
So I'm basically a sitting duck in here.
Yep.
I will say, Carnelian, right now, because of your earlier check, you can end this whenever you want. It's still going to end at the
Yeah.
1 minute mark, but you have a control right now where this shift doesn't have to be the whole entire 4 hours if you don't want it to be.
Okay. I can send us back now if you'd like, if we're not going to do anything within here.
What would you recommend? If you were me in this situation, at least.
I mean, are you able? You said the hand has like power potential, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to tap into it?
I mean that it is a spell I can use since it's kind of attached to me. But
What can you do?
it's he is able to. Oh my god, where is it? Jacob, help! There it is. I found it.
Okay.
It has a cursed charge, a cursed spell of Baminger's Wailing Voyage. That's it though. But I've never used it, obviously.
You
but
don't know what it does?
Make an
no,
Arcana
but
check, Idris.
I know it can do something.
Yeah, we'll find out if you have spent enough
21.
time with it. Okay, you spent enough time with this hand to understand the inner workings of it. Behringer's Wailing Voyage, the spell, is a high-level spell of like transportation. Basically, it's literally a ghost boat. Not to joke with what Kat just posted in the general, but like, the idea is that it summons a ghostly voyage for you to take you from one destination to the other, and at the helm is Behringer. And whatever ghostly crew accompanies him.
Interesting.
How often is this able to be used?
It recharges every 7 days, so
And it can go as far as we want it to?
Jacob.
The answer to that is complicated. You have to know the location you're traveling to. It's similar to how teleport works.
Like I have to read about it or see it?
You have to have been there.
Got it.
You could hypothetically know about it and travel there, but the destination you'll arrive to is random. So you might end up at the top in the air somewhere and then kicked off, or you might end up like 5 miles outside the city, or you might end up directly in some shop you don't mean to be in. It will be random if you just say a city and go there.
And you're able to use this for free, Idris?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not bad.
No. Like I said,
But-
the only downside of it is it keeps one person awake at night. But
I mean, if I was in your shoes, I mean, I can use the power. And if it's not keeping me up, it's not necessarily my problem.
so wait, pause. You would consider this to be in quote unquote pocket dimension, would you not?
Sure.
It can't even be trapped here. Oh, this work, it would not even be trapped here.
Well, I mean, it's an entirely different realm as well. It's like the Feywild, to my understanding.
Well, either way.
It's just
In the
confined
Underdark.
in this dome.
The hand kind of like taps on your hand. It just like tapping you with a finger, and it like points at Carnelian and points at you, and then points at you again and says thumbs up. You look at the hand. You know that this hand has a passive intelligence score. It's not a dumb hand. It just can't speak. So it's like sitting there and it's like trying to like look at both of you and like make a conversation in some way. It seems to lean towards Idris's conversation of pointing out like the pocket dimension stuff, and it seems to know something about that. But like it's just this can't say anything else.
You see, he's quite intelligent.
What is the floor? The flooring, Jacob?
You guys are currently
around?
standing in a shadowy echo of Idris's house, or Idris's like place. So literally the table and everything is still there. Like all the stuff that was existing in the realm before, it's like a dark, shadowy version of it in the Shadowfell. It's a
Can I
it's a
interact
reflection.
with it?
Kind of. It's you go up to like some of the furniture pieces or anything like that. Like you can sit on it and stuff like that, but it doesn't have that same quality of like texture. It seems like it's almost like someone laid a blanket over it all.
Can I try to move it?
As you go to push, it's like terrain. Can't seem to budge it at all. As you recall, Idris, being locked in Carnelian's echo plane, when you guys were stuck in Father Cruz's house, you couldn't get the door to budge.
Yeah, nothing's going to move here. It
Everything's
doesn't seem
locked.
to have an effect on the physical world.
You would need somebody in the material plane during that minute to open the door, basically, for you to open the door and leave, or move the table to watch the table move, stuff like that. Some interaction there. Could come in handy to know, though.
I mean, it's ultimately up to you, Idris. I'm not gonna like force you to rid of it. But like I said, if it keeps me awake, there's probably gonna be a problem.
You can tell me all about it if it happens. How about that?
Telling you about it is not gonna keep me from being woken up again.
Well, I'm trying. There is a spell that can help cure exhaustion, but I don't know it. I'm too low level for now.
Well, how far away is that?
Not sure. I just know it's a little ways away. Not like impossible for me to attain, but still quite a ways away.
Well,
I would be willing to learn it and waste a spell slot on it, but you know.
as long as I'm not affected, I don't care.
Well, if you are, you will hear my deepest apologies.
That's cool, I guess, but it won't give me the night's rest.
A bit of a standoff happens between the two of you in this moment. Carnelian, Idris, is there anything else you guys are going to do in the realm for now?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Nope.
Carnelian, would you end it early?
Yeah, I'll end it early.
All right. With that being said, we skip back to the beginning of the end of the last session where you are just stepping back into the area with everybody else. Let me fix that. This one. You all are in the space. Ymir, we kind of skip a little bit around for when people were kind of leaving and going around. Ymir, you're kind of exiting the scene, like maybe to go to bed or to study some more, I believe. And Velu approaches behind to say, can we have a talk and conversation? And that's where we left off the last session, coming back from the realm. Idris and Carnelian, you stand in front of Father Cruz Mimosa, and their arms are kind of like crossed, like, so how'd it go? Question mark. We're going to go jump to all of you guys in the same scene, other than Ymir and Velu, who are walking off to go have a conversation. So, Carnelian, Idris, you emerge back into the place. A minute is still passed. You didn't come back early. The time just kind of sped up, and then you arrived at the same point. Feel a little dizzy.
Well, how was it?
She didn't do it.
Nope,
Why not?
because
Huh?
it wouldn't work regardless. We need to take it to someone who is able to look after it. And I'm
Who
sorry
wouldn't want
if
to
you
look
all-
after it though?
This
I
gets
mean,
this gets a hard side eye from Idris. Daggers pointed at Mimosa.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, like, because they're gonna be losing sleep because of it. It's a cursed item. Not many people like cursed items.
He's a familiar regardless. He has very magical properties.
But you're
What do you-
losing sleep every night. That
But
could again
that-
like you
higher
brought up
level
before, it could
mages,
eventually kill somebody.
That is why they have spells to counteract the exhaustion.
But that requires extreme valuables and gems to even use those spells. As a familiar, what power is this hand even capable of?
You want to hear what it actually is? Ready for it? Ghost boat.
Just like looks around
Well,
the room.
I
It literally
don't.
summons a ghostly apparition of a boat, and we are able to go to any location as long as we've been there. Ghost boat. It's useful.
Mimosa's just gonna rub his face.
You are still exhausted,
Idris,
by the way, Mimosa.
I understand that this hand has value, and you have formed a connection to it. But there's also the other side of the fact that this hand has properties which is a risk of our health. If it didn't pose such a risk, I would be completely on board with this hand always being a part of our team and with us. But there's the matter of we have no means of counteracting the harm that it does.
We don't have it yet.
Yet, but I won't get that spell for ages.
Isn't Ymir able to spell right?
That spell is a very high level spell, and even again, like I said, it requires a diamond.
How much would that be?
100 gold.
Oh, easy peasy.
Easy peasy, it's every single
Easy
day.
peasy.
We'd run out of money.
I don't want to have to put my foot down on this, but this is.
Hold on, you're acting like I can't have a say in this myself.
Of course you can. You're
But
part of this discussion.
But still, you're saying you're going to have to put a foot down on it. You can't force me to give it up.
I can't, but this is an impasse we have.
You see Idris kind of gesture around. Where do you think you all are staying?
Would you like us to leave?
If we're going to keep arguing about this and you're going to metaphorically, quote unquote, put your foot down on me, I might have to ask you to leave, yes.
I don't mean putting my foot down on forcing you to discard your hand, but putting my foot down of I don't think my opinion could be changed.
I'm not asking for your opinion to change.
Are you asking us to take an exhaustion every night for a means of transport? We already have other means of transport.
I'm saying for the greater good, if this hand falls into the wrong hands, literally, it could be used for evil.
By what?
Power Ranger could be resummoned. He's connected to him. If he is protected by a high-level mage, this hand could do wonderful things. But simply discarding it or destroying the curse that binds it, it's not going to do anything. It just wastes its potential. And then another Barringer could just be made.
Alright, other than the ghost boat, what else can this hand be used for?
He's very intelligent. She lifts him up to give a demonstration.
Yeah. The hand kind of like waves at you, Father Cruz.
Well, you said... Chris will wave it back. You said that this hand could be used for good. Do you only mean the boat?
I don't really know in terms of what else it could do besides.
It just starts breakdancing on your hand. Like it just tries to like, it just starts to try to dance with its fingers. It's like doing like cross
A
steps.
look of pure despair
Roll
on his
charisma.
face.
Mimosa's frowning.
Both you can make insight checks, I guess.
Well,
Okay, I suppose.
what does everyone else have to say about this? I will ask Velu and Ymir as soon as they come back.
I'm assuming their opinions have not changed. It's only been a minute for you two, and it's only been maybe an hour or two since, our discussion started.
So, are you proposing that we take exhaustion every night to use a boat?
I am suggesting we take a point of exhaustion until I am able to deliver the hand to someone who can use him for good.
Well, how long is that gonna
Do
take?
you
I
have
don't know.
Do you have any points of contact?
I don't
that
know.
this-
What if we never find that person you're looking for?
I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I don't think that's a bridge that we can cross when we get there. This is important to discuss now.
And you may discuss it. I'm not saying it's out of discussion, but I have kind of made up my mind, and I'm sure you have too.
Bruce will go find Velu and Ymir to bring them in.
Okay. As you kind of cross over, we're gonna jump over to Velu and Ymir's conversation while they have their own thing going on. Velu, you walk into the study with Ymir. The door closes behind, and you two are left in private.
Belu,
Takes his seat, just throws his hands behind his head and looks at the desk, looking at his stuff.
Belu is just gonna stand by the door. So, quick question before we actually start with this conversation: do you by chance have a diamond?
A singular diamond?
Well, yeah, I kind of need diamond dust
For what?
for a spell.
It's gonna cost you. You got anything to give me?
Information.
What kind of information?
Personal.
Diamonds are worth like 300 gold. Got money?
Belu's looking in his bag.
You want the whole diamond?
No, I just need diamond dust,
I don't
not the
got
whole
diamond
diamond.
dust. You got to grind that shit.
Ah,
Valid
I can
question.
give you my diamond. I'm just telling you.
I
Ah.
don't have money for the diamond. Never mind.
Seriously?
No.
Okay. Ymir's gonna take out the diamond and hand it over. Now this goes with interest. I'd say 50 gold per day when I don't get it. Ymir smiles at him.
I'm not taking the well. I'm not taking the diamond.
You need it. It's
Nope.
supply and demand.
I don't need it.
What happens if you don't have it?
Then no information gets passed.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. So if you don't have the diamond, no information gets passed.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens
Those
to you
works.
specifically?
Oh,
Because you need the diamond, no?
yes.
What do you need the diamond for?
To cast a spell.
To cast a spell that does what?
Non-detect.
I would assume that non-detect means that you're trying to conceal your location?
Mm-hmm.
So you need the diamond to conceal your location, or else you'll have to change your form again. Supply and demand. You need the diamond a lot more than I need the diamond. What are you gonna do for it?
Belu just stares at you.
I'm just fucking with you. Take the diamond. You're no fun.
Belu takes the diamond.
What did you want to talk about?
Hold on. Belu's just gonna like take something out, and he's gonna hold the diamond, tilt it by the side, put it on the floor,
It's
and
real.
then start to grind
Do you
the
not?
diamond to get the diamond dust.
Do you have any jeweler's tools or anything like that?
Hold on.
Do you have any tools at all, actually? Just question.
My sword.
You cannot use a sword for this.
A small life.
You cannot use a small knife for this.
Ah,
This is
ah.
you'll need tools. You go like grab something of like that could grind it down. You don't even have a mortal pestle that could even try to do this. You just are stuck with a diamond. And as you go like to put it to the ground, you realize, oh, this is one of the hardest materials on Earth.
Well,
You have
actually,
my adamantium dagger.
oh yes, and I'm gonna just use it for like 10 seconds.
It gets hard, I think. I don't know.
I'm gonna use the knife and I'm gonna just slowly grind it against the diamond to get some diamond dust.
It's going to take quite a bit of time. How long do you do this for?
It's just a little bit. 10 minutes.
It's 1/3 of the diamond at the very least. For one of the
What?
cast of this, it's a 300 gold diamond, right? So if you need 100 gold worth of diamond dust, you need at least 1/3 of it.
I just need 25. What? It's 25 gold
Oh, it's
of
25
diamond
gold,
dust.
non-detect. Okay, yeah, that's fine then. Just go ahead and just make a. I thought it was 100 gold. My brain was like,
No.
I'm still thinking about greater restoration. I think. So, but either way, go ahead and roll me a tools check, I guess. But that's just you don't have any proficiency with the tools, so I'm just gonna say it's a dexterity check.
Okay, thank you.
No proficiency.
Obviously.
This is something.
It's going to be dexterity check. It's a great nat 20. Just kidding, that one.
Well, you don't get a single dust off of it. No, the knife is like literally made to critically hurt objects, and you cannot scrape at this thing at all. Your strength's not allowing you, and also the way that you're holding the blade to the diamond, it just will not allow you to have dust. At one point, you get like a little nick in it, and then it's like your knife always gets stuck there, and you just can't do anything else.
Give me my knife back. I don't know what you're doing to it, but I feel like you're gonna break it.
It gives you the knife and it gives you the diamond.
And you could keep the diamond for now.
I just need diamond.
What do you
dust.
want to talk about?
I just want diamond dust.
Stop being weird.
Diamond dust.
What do you want?
I can't tell you.
Why?
Make a perception check.
Well- Wow.
Wow,
Wow. Number
Wow.
20. Like, hello?
that would have been helpful from
Yeah, that
earlier.
would be helpful.
Little
Yeah.
flip flop, you don't get the shoes apparently. Nat 20.
Mhm.
There's a moment, Velu, where it's like you kind of like twitch your eye and look to the kind of corner, and you feel that there are attempts at scrying, but not towards you. And as you kind of like look over Ymir, you get assisted with this a little bit. Ymir kind of looks at you in a strange light, and you see that there is a small little mote of light that is at the corner of the room. However, because of your natural 20 perception check, you get the sense that it's not focused on you.
Oh. Willow's gonna walk up to it and crush it.
A hand reaches out, Velu. You just grab it in the palm of your hands, and like your hand looks at it, and you just like your fingers intertwine and just crush it. You see
What-
like a little spark of just burst occur behind you, Ymir.
What was that?
Someone was not watching you. I mean, someone was watching you,
Oh, that's weird.
and that's why I want the diamond dust.
Yeah, but isn't gonna be on you?
You didn't see any other
Oh.
motes, so that you feel as though you're not being watched right now. That's also a indicator to you as well.
I'm not. No one's watching me, but it's always just a precaution.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about?
Um, Lou just sits there, and he's kind of like thinking about what he wants to talk about. 'Cause there's a lot on his mind. He
You
really
guys
wants
hear
to talk-
you guys hear a knock on the door of Father Cruz, and hitting the door and kind of opening up slowly. Father Cruz, you reach in and you see Velu and Ymir, who are kind of mid conversation.
Is it a bad time?
He looks
You have-
over at Cruz and
Do you have diamond dust?
I I don't think so. Check. Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. Do you have
Yeah.
diamond dust though?
I don't. We could buy you some tomorrow.
When Cruz walks in, you see Ymir like turn over their head with like a drained look on their face. I don't know why he's here. What's up? What do you want?
I'd like you to just see for yourself.
Ymir's gonna look over at Velu. Postpone?
Yes, that's fine.
Cool. Ymir's gonna get up and head out.
Yeah, you guys emerge back into the room. Idris, you're kind of standing there. Your back's turned to Ymir and Velu, who enter. Carnelian, you've moved to a position of the room where you're just kind of watching over everything. Mimosa, your head is on the table, and it is hard to keep your eyes open. Father Cruz, you turn, letting Ymir and Velu kind of exit out of the room, and you are all in the same space.
What's up?
Oh, just handy business.
Idris has changed her mind.
Okay. Why?
Because I would like to keep it around until we find someone better for it.
So that they can suffer the effects?
No, so he can be used for good.
What good?
Not to resummon Barringer.
If it exists, then the potential of resummoning Behringer exists too.
Regardless, even if we were to undo the curse that binds it to Behringer, another one can just be made. It won't stop the cycle, but we can at least try and prevent it for now.
Made by who? Who would make that?
How else would Behringer be bound to this world other than the hand which was a part of him? There's nothing left of him.
There's that cursed eye.
This cursed eye is not related to Behringer at all.
Nor is the Orichalcum if we're talking about the cursed items.
This cursed eye, I'm not sure is even alive. It's just a one shot.
Cursed eye doesn't wake me up.
There's a weird, creepy bishop in
What
my
does it
item.
curse do?
Well, it depends on the curse.
I mean, like the cursed eye. What does that do?
Oh, it's not even cursed.
Oh.
It's just a single shot which can be used to let me see. I'm reading it. I can use disintegrate if something is weak enough.
Ooh, that's powerful.
But it only has one shot, so I'm trying to save it for a life or death situation.
Rainy day kind of situation.
The eye, by the way, the eye is cursed, and you would know this.
Only if you are attuned. You know what? Cruz will say, it is cursed if you are actively using it, but only to the wearer. It just slightly reduces one's charisma.
Yeah, and you also can't use that charge until you attune to it. So.
Yeah. But it has no other effects than that.
Where are you going to use it then? Or because you have to short rest with it.
Well, if we plan on getting into a battle, maybe. But
I would like all of you guys to make an Arcana check together. One big happy group check. Mimosa, you make yours with a -2 as.
Nat 1, baby.
22.
Nat 1.
Rare W for Ymir.
Baby.
Guys,
Ymir is drained.
guys, it's a 0.
Dude.
Insane, guys. You just don't get to know.
23.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Can the 220s know?
Idris and Velu?
A 14 now? Like,
Carnelian.
I got no bad.
Measly ass 14.
Just go back.
They're
Just
not one,
no.
buddy.
I think Father Cruz, Mimosa, and Ymir. Ymir, you're right. You are like completely tired. Mimosa's not even paying attention. He's like, "Huh? Like, what'd you ask? Like, no, like I don't even know what we're doing right now." And Father Cruz, it's just a enigma, right? Like these are just like the most crazy concoction of 3 different things that you found in one place. For Idris, you have a very big familiarity with how attunement works, and I think Velu, you have some sparing knowledge about it as well. For the 2 of you, you get the sense that the curse is only a problem when you attune to the item. So the reason why Father Cruz's item and Emir's item are fine is because no one's attuned to them and the curse hasn't activated. The only thing that's become an issue is that this hand's kind of been attuned to just as a familiar, so it's a little complicated. The only way they can really get rid of this curse is to unattune to the item. And the only way to unattune to a familiar is to either let it go somewhere or give it to somebody else. And you both Velu and you just feel very confident that this hand ain't going nowhere unless it goes to somebody else or leaves on its own. And Velu, I think you're also like kind of clicking this for your first time as far as like information about it, and you know you kind of like scratch your head and look at it, and it's strong. Like you can tell like this thing is an intellectual, as little as it is, and as just a hand it is. You can tell this thing possesses huge intelligence.
First off, are we even sure this hand can be used to resummon Behringer?
Yes. If it's she picks up the hand, and she's like holding it by the palm, and she's like, as she's talking, she's kind of like waving her hand with it. He is still somewhat active because of this curse here. He could be resummoned if this falls into the wrong hands. Someone who practices necromancy or someone who might know anything about that. It's why I am positive, regardless of if I want him to stay here or not, it's not going anywhere. It chooses to stay.
That's
Then if it chooses to stay, then unattune to it.
I'm not attuned to it.
You're
Then
not?
who is?
No.
You both have it backwards, Velu and Idris. Idris is not attuned to it. It is attuned to Idris. It's its choice whether or not it stays or goes, and Idris, certain enough, has formed a little bit of a bond with this thing, just being familiar in itself.
With this item's curse, it doesn't affect only you.
I'm aware of that. I know it poses a threat.
This hand is not going away. No matter what we do, the hand is not going to go away. The hand is attuned to Idris. So Idris can't do anything about it. We can't do anything
Then break
about it.
it.
Yeah,
Kill it.
Aren't you
you
going to
only
prepare spells?
once again, exactly. That's what I'm sorry. Ymir sat down on the couch right now and he's just slouching and he's like, I'm just confused. You mentioned that there's a possibility of resummoning Behringer.
Yes.
Wasn't that the same reason why Zenon got murdered? Because there's a possibility of resummoning Behringer through Zenon? So then why would we allow
And-
for another tool to resummon Behringer to exist in the world?
It's unfair.
Zenon had potential to do good. If we're saying that the hand has potential to do good, then Zenon had potential to do good. But also, Zenon has the potential to re-summon Behringer. Why would we let that exist? I don't understand that. And if there's no way to get rid of it, then the only solution is to destroy it.
I don't know what you guys want from me. I've already told you I'm not attuned to it. I've told you multiple reasons why we should keep it until we find someone to keep an eye on it. I don't know what you all are looking for, but I'm not letting you destroy it.
At most, the new person who kept an eye on it would be able to use it as a boat. The good that they could do with it would not be much. It would be more so a caretaker.
And who would take care of it? And whoever is taking care of it, we would have to hope they are quite capable. Because one, they need to have money to be able to cast the Great Restoration spell. Two, they would have to be smart enough not to get outsmarted by the hand, who carries a potential evil and could potentially outsmart the person taking care of them to re-summon Behringer into the world. So there's just a lot of liabilities that get added with leaving this to someone else's care that we will most likely have to worry about later on down the line.
How do you know the hand wants to be good? What if it's lying? You said it's smart. Mimosa will like kind of sit up and rub his face,
The hand kind of
It is-
crawls,
leaning on his hand.
crawls off the arm of Idris and jumps onto the table and just sits center table. And it just like goes up to you, Mimosa, and it just like crawls up to you like really slowly and just like kind of pats you on the head. Very
Mimosa is gonna flick it away.
like, just like it just steps and dodges the flick. It's like
I
this
mean,
point puts it gives you like the no like Mutombo like no.
Mimosa right now has been affected by exhaustion. Imagine if he had been in the fight with Laurent, or the trolls, or anyone else.
Father Cruz, with, to be completely honest and to not sugarcoat it, we can all be walking into a battle and it could all be our last. And it doesn't matter what condition we could be in, we could all possibly die, like you did.
We have a better chance of leaving if we're living, if we're awake.
But Father Cruz is fully awake.
I'm
That's-
not.
But you're not in a fight right now, are you?
But we could have been. You don't know. Let's say we keep his hand in a week's time. One of us is exhausted. We can't dodge an attack, or we can't hit as hard as we want to. And it costs either our life or someone else's. Do we just shrug our shoulders?
I'm so sorry, I'm coughing like crazy. Hold on.
You're good.
If in the heat of battle we were incapable of saving Carnelian, for example,
There's just things that we know 100%, and then there's the what ifs. So going off of what do we know 100% is that the hand remains, one of us gets exhausted every day at random. We know that we get into fights because we are that kind of people. So we will know that when we get into these fights and if the hand is still there, then for sure one of us will be exhausted during that fight. And I personally don't want to be that person. And I also don't want the person who's trying to save my life in those particular fights to be exhausted. Because that could cost me or someone else their life. And I would just say, once again, destroying the hand might be the best option.
Right. And what if I say no?
Then that's that. I mean, I don't really want to exist around a hand that's going to constantly be causing me problems. But if the hand is more important to you, then that's cool. Than my own health and safety. That's fine. But if I had something similar to that that affects all of you, then I would have to decide who I care about more. This is not a situation where it only affects you. This is a situation where it affects everybody. And in doing so, you have to decide who do you care about more. And if you care about that hand more, then that's fine. I completely support any decision that you make in your entire life, Idris. You're an amazing person. But you have signed the fact that that hand is a lot more important than my own existence or anyone else's around here, because we could potentially die because of the hand.
Entertain me for a moment. If Bongo had a curse that was similar to the Behringer's hand, and we said we must kill Bongo to eradicate this curse because it's affecting all of us, would you let us kill Bongo?
Yes.
Bongo like is in the room somewhere, Ymir. You just don't know where. As you say that, I don't know if you like instinctually look around for him or not.
No, Ymir's stone cold about it.
Okay.
He doesn't even break eye contact. If there is something that is causing everyone problems, and I have the responsibility over it, then I have to make the decision if I care about you guys.
This hand could endanger everyone, and that goes against my personal beliefs as a caretaker of many, as well as that it's undead. Everyone else?
Everyone.
Everyone else what?
Just to see their personal views.
I think our lives would be easier without the hand.
A stone silence throughout the room. We'll say this. Without being able to resolve this matter, it will fizzle out as all of you kind of like remain idle and start to approach a way of solving the issue. I'll leave it up to you, Idris. Since you're in possession of it, it is your say at the end of the night. What does Idris do?
Oh, like what does she do in general?
Mhm.
Or
Like, does Idris make any efforts to abandon the hand that they have? Or do you think Idris just holds on to it and continues forward?
Oh, I don't know. I actually have to think about this.
Okay. While you're thinking about that, you guys are gonna have one more night with this hand for sure. Given it just, basically will say that in the conversation, the night has grown to a point where it's now gonna get to a point where you're all getting exhausted, if you do not rest soon. So the tiredness of the conversation already for Mimosa is painful. And then the rest of you are now starting to feel those effects. Even with an extra hour under your belt, Idris and Carnelian, you both are also feeling tired and like just uncertain. So I'll say, for that matter, being able to perform any of these actions of abandoning it and such probably won't happen tonight. So, with that being said, Idris, the conversation has grown stale and quiet. And I'll say the last thing that you guys all do is share like a commentary. We'll talk about this in the morning. Is that fair? Before all of you gain exhaustion points, and then it's the same problem.
Sure.
All good.
I
Will
Could
need
we-
to be resolved though.
Could Cruz sleep away from everyone?
You could try. Yeah. If you're just trying to like navigate your way so that the hand doesn't affect you, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Old man.
you find a place outside, matter of fact, outside of the house, just because you consider it like a distance thing. You just sleep out night by the spa area, and the steam kind of roll in.
I want to sleep in the stars.
Yeah, you guys all
Cruz!
find very separate areas to like linger about for your rest.
Yeah, Cruz will invite Carnelian.
Crown will come along.
No.
Us.
Velo,
Yeah.
talk.
I need the diamond dust.
Oh my god.
Do you guys mind if I just sleep
God.
wherever you're talking? I'm not gonna hear. I'm
Yes,
passing out.
Mimosa, you're always invited. Come on. Ymir throws a pillow at Mimosa's head.
Mimosa doesn't even catch it. It just hits his face.
So delicious. Idris, you're kind of like left, and you're like both your hands are down. You're holding this like undead lich's hand, and it's like it's soft, and it's part of you's like still like considering the options and weighing them, and the hand just stands like just like all 5 fingers on your palm, just there and just not moving.
Idris leaves the scene without saying anything.
Okay. You take a step away.
She does not want to be around anybody.
All right. All of you vanish from each other's sight except for Mimosa, Velu, and Ymir. Your last opportunity to have any type of conversation before exhaustion points start hitting.
Mimosa goes to sleep.
All right. Mimosa, you are out cold.
I'm gonna find diamond dust tomorrow, early as possible, and then we can talk.
Wasn't
okay
there
with
no
you?
one watching us before?
I mean, now there someone could be watching us now.
I'm just gonna look around.
Make a perception check.
Velu helps.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Actually, I don't help. I don't have it. I don't have it.
Okay.
I'm just-
Then roll normal.
I got a 14.
Okay. You don't see any like scrying eyes or anything like that.
Seems fine to me.
Well, I mean, I could talk, but I don't want to be exhausted tomorrow.
Why did you invite me to a conversation? Why did you even invite me to a restaurant? And run away.
Oh, I was just mad at Father Cruz.
Okay, it's really confusing for me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Ymir makes like a annoyed look on his face.
I'm really sorry. I just want to hang out with you for a
Mhm.
minute, but it seems as though you don't.
No, I do. I actively tried to hang out with you and then you pushed me away. So it's not a me not wanting to do it. It's a you
But you're the
vanishing.
one who
You're
closed
the
the
one
door.
who ran away.
You closed the door.
You ran away. You started
closed the
arguing.
door.
You started arguing. You could have just knocked on the door. You left. You completely left the building, Velu.
No,
You
I
didn't
didn't want to
even
be near
make an
Father
attempt.
Cruz.
Okay, so knock on the door and communicate that to me instead of leaving me.
Sorry.
That's whatever. You see Ymir looking at the runes that he drew down on the floor and then at his adamantine dagger. I've been stressed
How so?
with this research, along with everyone always butting heads all the time. It's quite annoying. Pretty aggravating, I'd say.
Yeah, it kind of is.
But I still like you guys. You guys are pretty alright. It's just really confusing because I feel alone in a way. I don't know how to feel about that.
Mm.
Ymir just blinks at him. Yeah.
Well, I kind of know how you feel. I definitely know how you feel. Belu turns, like, half turns. He's trying not to, like, cry. But, it'll be fine. You have me, you have everyone. So,
Everyone walks away. You walk away. Do
well,
I really have something that keeps going away?
you're right about that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it because I'm having my own troubles.
With how you're feeling and with your research.
Mainly my research.
Mm,
Ymir points to the runes. I'm trying to create sort of like training wheels, for like my item transfiguration meta magic casting, where I don't have to create a whole encasement of the item. I could just copy and mimic that item into an amplifier and turn it into a magenta series surge so that I could test them out. That's what I'm working on. But
nice.
there's a
Did the
situation. Oh, what?
uh-huh. No, continue.
There's a situation within the runes that I've noticed that they hold a sort of fey ancestry with gnomes specifically, and it will cause a wild magic occurrence within my runic scriptures. I am trying to mitigate and basically delete that from existence when doing my trial testing, but I'm trying to find a way to do that. If the Fey properties have some way of getting nullified by another property, then I might be able to use these runes with just a consistency without having to deal with wild magic at all.
Hey Jacob, would Velu be able to know whether or not there's a certain property that takes away the Fey property? Because technically Velu is a changeling and he does come from the Fey wild.
You're making the
So
argument. I mean, you can make an
I
Arcana
mean,
check for sure.
and he kind of knows about Carnelian's thing too.
Tell you what, make an Arcana check. Ymir, you're helping Velu by giving him the information. You can do it with advantage.
Okay.
No bonuses though, so
What?
no bonuses, just the advantage.
Oh, no +7?
You get the +7 still. It's your Arcana score.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I'm talking like no additional like things.
Oh. Uh, 15.
You kind of scratch your face. This is the first time you've had this face. It's softer. There's no beard anymore. So you immediately go to like stroke the beard for a second, and it's gone, and it's just a soft chin, and you like kind of like shake your head and look at it again. There's a couple of runes here that signify Fey, like what Ymir is saying, and you see it's in Gnomish, so it makes sense too. You're familiar with studying languages, which is also a big portion of this. The part that kind of gets you is some of these runes not only indicate Fey magic and Gnomish magic. Wild magic comes from like chaos, so it's like the way it's the way that it's written down that causes wild magic. You iterate to Ymir some information about how to place the runes in a sort of more linear way to where it no longer causes that chaotic kind of chain occurrence. But you are unsure with your 15 if it will work the same. You don't know if the property would be the same as what you're trying to deliver, given that it's losing its origin. So you're kind of this is what is considered spell weaving in a way. You take a spell trying to change it in its formation to make something different. But you describe these things to Ymir.
Well, that's quite helpful. Actually, like really helpful. Ymir gets up and looks at his runes with his hands on his hips. I just need to reconfigure the runes alignment
Mm-hmm.
and find what works.
Which is
Maybe
trial
I
and
have to,
error.
maybe I have to restudy every single one of the runes.
I can help you out, but we should probably do this tomorrow. And you should probably
Probably.
take your rest, and I should probably take my rest. And then
Yeah.
I can tell you what I really want to tell you. Once I find my
Okay.
best.
Alright. Good night. Thank you for the help.
No problem. Just ask if you need more help with the runes. I'm happy to help. I like magic, obviously. I'm a wizard. So,
Ymir chuckles. You laugh pretty weirdly.
that was my fake laugh.
I know.
Balu gives you a blank stare.
It was like kind of a moment for a second. Good night, Velu.
Good night.
Ymir looks back at Mimosa and he'll just lay down and use Mimosa as a pillow.
Okay. Cool. Mimosa, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
What?
I don't think anybody turned any light on when you went to bed in there.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're lying.
No,
You're
no one said they turned off the lights, though.
No,
16?
Ymir did actually when he was doing his studies. He had candles that he cut off.
I thought we
When?
stayed in the loop.
I
It's
never
like
said that.
in the very beginning. Like this is like the same day, but 3 sessions ago. Like you were doing the runes, and in order to see the runes, you were like cutting all the candles and torchlight out. I was like, okay.
No, I never did that. I don't remember doing that.
Might have been part of the same thing, but there is no like natural light in here. Also, it's also nighttime, and there also is nothing lit up unless you said you were lighting something up.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair. I never said that either.
naturally dark. So
16.
16. You're fine. Ymir leaning on to Mimosa for a second. You jolt yourself awake and remembering, or like for light. So do you do anything?
Prestidigitation all the light back
The
into the room.
torchlight comes on into the room where candles may be existing. You see horror in the like. You ever see like sleep paralysis demons like in your mind? You're laying on Mimosa, but in the corner of the room, you see like a multitude of different like humanoid hands crawling up the side into the corner of the room that were crawling above the ceiling. But as you turn the light on, they just shrivel back, and you see a shadow of what was underneath Mimosa, like Icar, pull underneath you and go back into Mimosa.
Ymir looks fascinated
It
and
is.
goes to sleep with a smile on
You
his
see
face.
small Icar-like tears from Mimosa in their sleep. Just stains. And then you guys sleep. It's a close one. But it goes up by 1. All right. Idris. And turning in for the night, I'm going to say you have a moment of like being awake by yourself for the moment as you've separated yourself.
Sure. So Idris enters into the room that she has been staying in. And she actually locks the door, like hard locks it.
Okay, yeah. It's not hard to do. You're familiar with this house.
And as she kind of like slides to the ground and sits down for a second, and she just pulls out the hand.
The hand kind of sits in your hand. It kind of wags its little like nub, like a dog, for a second,
I wish I could keep you.
The hand stops wagging.
I know. I don't want them to destroy you, though.
The hand puts its hand on top of your hand and just pats it.
There's not a whole lot I can do. I've tried.
The hand just kind of like is there and just like you see it turn its attention to like left and right for a second and like crawls onto the ground. You can see it scratching with its nails into the ground.
Can she look at it?
Yeah, just make a perception check, I guess. I mean, it's also no, sorry, not perception. Intelligence check because you're basically like trying to figure out what kind of writing this is.
Nat 20 for a 23.
Wow. You're not familiar with this writing for sure. However, it's because it's not writing. It's because it's an image. They're drawing a picture on the ground, and they're scratching it with their claws of the hand. And as it scratches a picture, it's a very simple face. It's a sketch. And it's like it curls the hair, and like you see it represents itself as what Behringer looked like. That one, the one Kenku, like ghostly apparition. It makes that kind of face into the ground, and then it crawls to the right of it, and then it writes in common onto the ground, pointing at them with like an arrow, and they just claw and say, "They are not me."
Not you.
And it kind of like crawls over to it on the thing, and then just like makes a giant X across it. Gone. It writes. And you see the fingertips of this thing are bleeding, and they like re-heal itself, and it like kind of like stops for a second, and it kind of crawls over to the opposite side of the head, and it says, "Leave?" question mark.
You want us to leave?
The hand kind of like points at itself.
Are you asking me if I want you to leave?
It just like makes a thumbs up at you.
I don't want you to leave.
The hand just looks like towards the picture and looks at you and just kind of like gives you like a Y, like a hand of like explain.
Well, remember when I chased you down in that crypt?
Just
I don't know. I just kind of I didn't like you at first, and then I just kind of grew fond of you. But you curse people, you know. It's not your fault, but it's in your nature.
the hand just, puts another thumbs up.
Will I ever see you again?
The hand just doesn't move. It probably can't conceive like that idea immediately, so it's like paused.
You see Idris, where she's sitting on the ground. She reaches out and she like kind of pets like the top of the hand. And she is visibly sad. Like she's saddened by the idea. And she kind of sits back up, crossing her legs, and she leans forward and she goes, "Are you going to leave in the morning? Or are you leaving now?"
The points at that response. Points at that second response.
No.
Just like, if a hand could shrug, it would shrug.
Well, will you take care of yourself the best you can?
The hand just crawls up your
Not like-
shoulder and gets you a pat on the shoulder.
It's not like you can die or anything.
It just pokes you on the nose.
You see Idris kind of like if she could hug it, she could. So she just kind of puts it to her face and holds it there.
It's still very decaying and disgusting as an undead hand, but you do hold
Gross.
it as if it were a puppy. And it releases itself and it crawls over to the door, unlocks your lock with ease. Like it doesn't even it takes like a second and it unlocks the door and just like it just turns back at you for one last goodbye and just waves.
She waves back.
Jumps up, opens the door creaks open, it just scatters out. Last thing you hear is skittering. And you hear another door open and close. I'm gonna cut over to Father Cruz and Cornelia. Both of you need to make perception checks at disadvantage because I'm assuming you're both fallen asleep at this point. But if any of you roll higher than a 13 with your disadvantage perception, you will see this hand making an escape.
Okay.
7.
9.
You guys sleep well, given the exhaustion. And you guys do not hear the skittering off of an undead hand into the distance, climbing the rooftops and cliffs. And you also all do not see in the moonlight glow, not moonlight, but the planetary glow of the lunar station as it stands ominously in the distance like Batman and then just disappears from the scene. You all awaken for your next morning. No exhaustion. Mimosa, you're no longer exhausted. You lose your point of exhaustion.
Well, he's gonna wake up and there's just gonna be a smile on his face and he's gonna lay there absorbing the fact that he got a full night's sleep.
I'll say also miraculously, you all wake up at the same exact time.
Mir's just laying next to you.
Idris goes back to bed.
Belu immediately leaves to go find some diamond dust.
She just sighs and looks over at Carnelian.
Well, what are you trying to do for our final day again?
I think
Hello.
we have everything we need to do.
Isn't it time to leave then? I
I
thought
guess
that was
so.
agreed upon that we leave today.
Yep.
Do we hear Velu leaving the house? Like because we all woke up.
The only person I would really hear or see Velu is Father Cruz or Cornelia, because Velu is in a different room than Yumi or Mimosa. So I'll say Carnelian or Father Cruz, you both are awakened by Velu, who leaves the same time as you, being awake. So Velu, you entered cross between Carnelian and Father Cruz.
Really, where are you going?
Diamond dust. I'm gonna go get some diamond dust.
I
Can
know.
we do
What?
that when we get back? Because we're supposed to leave.
It'll take like 10 minutes.
We could get it on the way out.
Yeah, just wait.
Don't you still need to deliver a package?
Belu's eye
Deliver a
twitches.
package? What package?
You remember from the brother when we discussed it the other day. We're going to leave Taldora. We won't have another chance to deliver it.
I don't know where to deliver it. Belu's annoyed at Father Cruz.
Isn't it just south? Doesn't Cruz know that it's just like in the like raunchy part of Taldora?
Father Cruz, you kind of like shake your head from a morning, from what you had believed was just a small journey south. It's much further than that, actually. the guy had brought up this place called Malkova, which is this dock in the Delician province. So it would be a south port. So it'd be much further than just a stop by the south part of town. Excuse me.
I guess we can deliver it another time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just come to that realization. There's no need to like role play that out. You guys just see like a nod of affirmation of understanding. And Velu, are you going to still go out or are you going to wait?
Are we leaving now?
As soon as everyone gets out.
You guys
Okay.
start to hear inside some people who are getting up, like inside.
I want to talk to Ymir first.
Yeah, I mean, you still hear it, but yeah, for Father Chris, Cornelia, and Bella's sake.
Almost is just gonna poke Ymir on the shoulder.
What? Yes.
I don't recall much of last night because I was like half asleep most of the time.
Mm-mm.
But I do remember you're saying something about screaming into a pillow.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just gonna do a test on myself, but Velu kind of informed me that I would need to get to my runes right before I do that. So there will be an eventual scream into a pillow. But
Is that
not
how
yet.
magic works?
No, that's how stabbing yourself with a knife that has heat works. You get hurt and you feel pain, so you start screaming.
Well, wait. Mimosa's gonna like sit up. Why do you have to stab yourself with a knife?
Because I do research on myself.
And what will that teach you?
Well, my body's not like your body. I have an interesting composition that allows me to hold in magic a lot better than a normal humanoid.
So are you gonna like bleed magic?
No. Well, my blood is weird, but like, I haven't really tested it out. Actually, you kind of pose like a good idea. And he gives like a weird smile. But no. It's just kind of like, it just depends on how I do it. That's the only reason why I can make the magenta series, is because of my constitution.
Are you thinking you'll be more purple if you stab yourself? I don't really understand that bit still.
Mir makes a confused face. No. No, not at all, actually. It will, He like thinks for a moment and looks over at Mimosa, because Mimosa is not the smartest of characters in the group, so he's like trying to dumb it down, and he's gonna take out he's gonna take out the sapphire. He's gonna show it to him. So with this one, if I cast my magic through it and use the magenta series, I can basically see somebody without actually physically seeing them, and that's one.
Yeah.
And when I do so, I need to have, you see this gold lining that it's all around?
Mm-hmm.
That took a lot of work. I hate that. I don't like that part, that I have to keep getting, when I get these items, I can't use them to test them out until I've done the necessary things. An emerald can't have the same golden lining. I need to use mithril, but the mithril's too hard to fucking cut, and no blacksmith wants to do it around me, and I would have to find an artificer. So instead of dealing with all those situations every time I find a potential item,
Oh, are you gonna like put it in yourself like you did with your eye?
no, because I don't know if it's good enough yet. So
Oh.
using these runes, I basically he grabs the sapphire in his left hand and then opens his right arm, which has his birthmark that he showed you. Basically, hold this one. I have the runes on this other arm, and it mimics the properties of the rune and the item for just a period of time to allow me to cast. This is a hypothetical, to allow me to use Magenta Series and use a surge through the item without having to actually destroy the item because it's mimicry. but I would assume that maybe the item, not the item, but the spell that I cast with it will be probably weaker, but I just need to study its properties when using it to learn more about it and decide if I want to use it more. So that's what I've been working on, or trying to work on. But now I have to do a lot more research before I can do it.
Man, I wish I was smart like that. I want to figure that out. Just kind of swing
Well,
whenever.
you hit things till it works, and that's a lot better, in my opinion. I wish I could do
Well,
that.
I mean, I want to figure that out. If I had like my markings did something, I wouldn't know what to do with that.
Mm,
I don't know. I guess you're just smart.
like, there's smarter. Bongo and Velu are smarter than me.
Well, I don't really talk to them much, so I always thought you were the smartest one here.
Yeah, Velu's pretty smart. He just doesn't talk enough at all, and that's why no one really knows. But I think you, Mimosa, you don't need to be smart. You have a lot more things going on that are a lot more interesting, in my opinion.
I feel like being smart's a lot of work. I mean, you're planning on stabbing yourself.
Yeah.
In that perspective, Ymir and Mosa kind of give out a chuckle. I'm gonna say the Carnelian, Father Cruz, and Velu at this point. Velu, you've stood here long enough at the time to decide now whether or not you're staying or leaving.
Well, since he's already standing there, he's just gonna stay.
Okay.
Well, let's just stay.
Idris, you're returned yourself back in for the morning. Ymir, Velu, Cornelia, Mimosa, we cut to a time where you're both all gathering back together in the room. You're ready to go. And you notice that Idris is not with you guys.
You think she's still asleep? The hand might have kept her up all night.
That is true. You want to go check on her?
Yeah, I can do that. Or she'll just walk away and knock on her door. Idris?
If you've listened closely as you walk near the door, you hear what sounds like scissors. She doesn't respond.
Almost, is there like a little keyhole?
An arbitrary. You tell me, Allie. Is there a keyhole in
No.
this? No. Yeah, no. There's no crack, no keyhole, nothing. Just you hear scissor sounds, snipping.
Are you okay in there?
No response.
What are you cutting?
More scissor sounds.
I will. I will say,
I think
however,
we're
the
about to
door
make-
is unlocked because unless you got back up and locked it again, Idris, I don't think you mentioned that the door is unlocked.
Yeah, I never mentioned locking it. I would have assumed that she would have locked it, but
You know what? Make a wisdom check for me.
Okay, sure.
That seems fun.
I
I'll
could
do
have
that
sworn
for
you
you.
said or someone said that they locked the door.
It just locked
15.
it, but the hand came back and like unlocked it and just left, and it was like a whole thing. Yeah, you locked it.
That
It's
is true.
locked. Yeah, you jiggle the handle. It's locked. They just was smart enough to lock their door before. That's funny.
Well, I'll tell everyone that you're still getting ready or something, and we'll make breakfast. It should be done by the time you're done doing whatever you're doing.
The only thing Mimosa hears, I'm not hungry.
What about thirsty?
No response.
I'll save you a cup of coffee.
No response.
Coffee it is. I hope you like creamer.
Just more scissor sounds.
It just it determines arbitrary and quiet. How long does it take for Idris to emerge from the room?
I would say another 20 minutes.
Yeah. At that time, all of you guys have gathered some food. Like for the beginning, Carnelian chowing down. Velu, it's quiet for the morning for you as you're looking at Ymir. and like no words are shared, and you want to say, but you know there's diamond dust in town that you need to get, so you're like stuck in this like weird like awkwardness in the morning. Mimosa, you're like humming to yourself, and Father Cruz, you feel very well rested.
Man, did anyone else sleep pretty nice last night?
I didn't wake up once.
Sleep was pretty good.
But at one point,
I'm hungry.
I feel like, I don't know if it was allergies, but I feel like my eyes were itchy.
Oh, your hands were being weird.
What?
Your Narander. Ymir's saying, like, he's not looking up. He's like writing in his research book, constantly remaking runes. He's like, yeah, we
What happened?
forgot to turn the lights on for a second, but I got them
Oh.
back on.
Okay, thank you. I completely forgot. I don't even think I noticed.
Cornelian, I'm surprised you joined me last night. Aren't you typically a lone ranger?
Stars are nice.
Stars are
What's
nice.
Idris, you emerge from the
Problem.
room.
Yeah, she walks out and her hair's cut.
All of
Oh,
you-
sure. I'm gonna think she's bald.
It's like pretty short, so my headcanon is that I went down her back, and now she's cut it to enough where it's just above her shoulders a little bit.
Nice.
Cute cut.
She doesn't respond.
Very nice.
Melissa's gonna like
She just
poke
nods.
the cup of coffee he left for her in her direction a little bit.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Joining Velu in the awkward silence, Idris, you sit down, you see Velu's eyes like darting to the door left and right, and all the rest of you are enjoying some food and
Idris
not.
doesn't sit down. She doesn't sit down, sorry.
Okay, yeah, Idris stands.
Oh, Ymir, before we head
Joining
out,
Cornelian, I guess, because Cornelian's also standing.
Yes. What?
I had an idea on your item.
The
You can't
orichalcum?
use it without getting possessed, but I have a spell that could prevent that.
Like what spell?
Protection from evil and good. It prevents you from being possessed. You'd be able to fully
Ooh.
touch it.
Well, Laurent said that there's a possibility that if I do use it, it will release the spirit out into the world. So, not really wanting to cause a problematic situation. I just need a way to contain the spirits first before we do that. But I'd love to do that.
Father Cruz and Ymir can make Arcana checks individually.
Yay!
17.
Very cool.
13.
13, also very good. I think both of you get this information pretty well. Evil and Good is a pretty useful spell, especially in the way that Father Cruz is describing it. But a click in the mind happens for Ymir. You wouldn't have to cast Remove Curse on this thing if you just let it try to possess you and it fail. You could actually just touch it and work on it. It would take some time, and it could also just reattempt whenever the spell ends, right? But you know, you can't be affected by it for 24 hours after you try. So it's like maybe that's a good thing. But you don't have to remove the curse, which is cool.
Okay. That would actually be really, really helpful.
Father Cruz.
Thank you, Cruz.
Father Cruz, a little more information to you since you're providing the spell. The way that your spell like kind of like ensues and protects in this way is not like a representative barrier. It's like a it's almost as if it's a nullification of something, because when Ymir grabs onto things that could potentially possess him or curses or blah blah blah, things that are evil, try to attempt to reach out to him, you will feel it, and you will have the opportunity to kind of interject that in that moment. So anything that you cast and do this for, you will have an interposement into. So you're kind of the middleman protecting Ymir in that sense. So as an understanding of your divine grace of that, you have a focus, so you will know what happens and you will have attention to that.
Nice.
That's it. I was just explaining the the intricacy of that. Otherwise, food is finished. You guys, whoever eats is done eating, whoever drinks is done drinking, and you all are gathered in the room once more. The morning is early, but all of you are up.
Karn kind of like has a nice little smile on his face as this is probably one of his favorite parts of the day. Morning, breakfast, standing, right near the table instead of in a corner this time.
Mm.
He can set the plate down, lift it all the way to his mouth.
Well, should we head to the shops before we head out? Bella, you need diamond dust, correct?
Balu side-eying. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ymir looks over at the group. Did we decide? I know that we decided on Arlusha, but I actually thought about it, and I would like to go to Nunbai, if that's possible.
It doesn't bother me where we go.
I'm good with not Lucia.
Cool. Cool.
We should probably go to Arlusha sometime after. But
Oh yeah, no, like right
Nunbai is
after.
closer, correct?
I'm good with not going to Lucia at all.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
I'm scared to go to Nunbai, actually.
Why?
Quite frightening. Because I
What?
stole from there.
Why would you insist on going back?
Because information about Arlusha is probably there, along with some information that Cinder mentioned to me yesterday that I'd like to touch on.
What'd she
About-
say?
Oh.
Something with the Sandman's wish pressing limiters on arcane batteries. Maybe there's information that I could find out, because I personally don't want to be limited, but maybe there's a good reason for it, and I'd like to learn about it.
Ymir? Is this Sandman really made out of sand?
Yes, Mimosa. The Sandman is really made out of sand.
He's sand now?
Moses is gonna smile. That's really cool.
Yep. Jameer smiles back.
Father Cruz, an old representation of your mind points back to the Earth Genasi that you had met. And no shit, they were made of sand. They were an Earth Genasi that was made of sand. But they were like hardened like rock and stuff like that. But when you chipped at them, sand fell off. It just came back to their body.
Oh, it's actually the Sandman.
Bro is actually made of sand. That's just a funny coincidence, yeah, for sure. But they didn't call him that because of it. It just kind of rang off, you know?
Jameer will then look over at Idris. Are we doing anything with the hand?
Idris
I
just
prepared something.
Idris just kind of looks over. She's like standing by a window, not by them, by the way. She just kind of looks back over and she goes, "Oh, he's gone."
Oh.
Yep. And then she just looks out the window again.
Jameer
Pardon?
blinks.
Oh.
He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a bad thing.
He
Now
left.
Yeah.
why you insist on me keeping it?
He's gone. I don't know what you guys want. Problem's over with.
Yeah, we don't gotta drag it out. Let's just.
No, that's kind of still a situation.
Then you go find him. I don't know. He decided to leave last night.
What do you call this dish?
No,
I
it's
think that's called cereal.
It's called
Oh.
cereal with coffee and orange juice. I don't know if you like it. I
No,
bet
Have you
you
not
it's
had
do.
good.
cereal
Eating it.
before?
Mm-hmm. Huh?
If you mix it all together, it might taste better.
You see Karn dump
Orange
it all
juice and
together in a
coffee?
mouth.
Can we time skip to getting things done, guys? Just asking. Just curious.
God, is that you? Who's speaking?
The heavens, hurry up.
Hurry the
Um,
fuck up, guys.
But we are going to skip around to the point where you guys are accomplishing things. Bello, it's easy enough to find diamond dust. There's magic shops. You can just go and get shit. It costs
That's
as
what
much
I
as
was
you
waiting
need.
for you to say.
You got it, dog. You go into the magic shop.
Thank
You get
you.
yourself some diamond dust. You actually emerge
I'ma get
into what's
2.
it called? Which shop was it? What was it called? The Eclipsing Stone, a magical shop and apothecary. It's the 2 elves, the twins,
Wow.
the same ones that had that ruby that was in there. But you guys are looking, and you see that there's spellcrafting materials. You see diamond dust available. You're like, ah, shit! And you like go and put your rifle in your pockets. You go buy the equivalent, and how much gold do you spend?
50.
All right, you get 225 gold worth of diamond dust.
Yank.
Ymir will throw in 25 for another diamond dust for him.
Nice.
Oh.
Another
Yeah.
25 gold on the table, a stack of coins. They take it in, they put a smile on their faces, and said, "Happy casting."
Happy sucky. Oh.
What?
Bye. Bello leaves.
Our heroes of the town are very strange. It's the talk show.
What do you
twin.
mean? Wait, they don't know. They don't know. I'm a woman.
They
I'm
know
Layla.
they know Ymir.
Oh.
So they're like looking at Ymir, and it's like they look at you. They're like, the shrug.
Ymir shrugs back.
Thanks, Ymir.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Anywhere else on your stop within the town? There's a couple of places. If you're saying goodbyes or anything like that, it's all up to you.
Pocket card, activate.
Like a Pokeball, it comes out. It just like comes on to the road. You take a seat onto it.
You know, everyone, I think something that a New cycle resolution that I have is learning a language. What else does everyone have?
I want to learn how to do a cartwheel.
I feel like
Weird.
you
Are
could
we talking
try.
about something more serious?
Nope, just anything.
Ymir's just laughing in the background.
I've always wanted to learn Infernal, guys.
I could teach you.
I know a
Know
little
it?
bit, but I'm still reading.
I know it naturally because of Cinder. It's kind of weird. It's like a weird
Speak it.
bond.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
You actually did understand that.
Oh.
What did Ymir say in Infernal? Just curiously.
Ymir said, "Suck on these."
Wow, quite fascinating.
Yeah, you should
What did
copy
you- what did
I
he
just
say?
said.
He
Oh,
said,
should I?
He said lovely things about stuff.
You're a star. That's basically what that
Cruz
means.
will repeat it word for word.
It's a hard
That's
dialect,
nice.
and it's definitely wrong when you hear it, Velu. Ymir and Velu, you both chuckle hearing Father Cruz attempt to speak Infernal, and it just sounds like back phlegm.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah,
What other languages do you know?
Primordial, but like that's all Genasi's. Everybody knows that.
I also know Primordial.
Oh, nice.
I know.
Why would you say such a thing?
My bad. My bad. I'm a bit of a potty mouth.
Mostly cover your ears.
I don't understand what he's saying.
That's good enough.
The
Cruz
cart.
will just like utter a prayer. Some vile words have been uttered to me. Forgive me, God.
That's so stupid. If everybody is here and present, the cart is initiated. You guys are ready for travel. Your last efforts of doing anything are remaining. Is there anything else?
Pamphlets.
Pamphlets. It's like flaps
Everyone
around the
gets it.
room. It flies in
Come
the
to
air like
Valeria.
it come. You open your bag and it shoots out like a rocket. And just explodes in the air, and just pamphlets are flying.
I did it. I saved the town.
Good job, Cruz.
Rushing over to the cart, like in a sprint of like a morning robe, glasses, and some books rushing over. Wait! Wait! Now you see Laurent, who's rushing up.
Oh, hey, bud.
He like
Are you
breathes. in.
joining us?
No, I just wanted to see you off so early. Who wakes up this early?
It's like 1 o'clock
No,
in the
it's not.
afternoon.
It's like 8 a.m. You're way off.
Heroes wake up this early, baby.
All right.
We got shit to do.
Came to say goodbye. So goodbye. He just like waves and gives like kind of like both hands out. He kind of looks
Also
over
wave back.
at
Ymir will
Idris.
wave.
Goodbye.
Bye, stranger.
Thank you for the help, Laurent.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
No,
friend.
no. It's been good. Yes. More tales to come. Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
I've made the copies. And they've been distributed to a carrier. Actually, I had a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the
Mhm.
books? If you,
Mhm.
I trust the carrier that I sent to deliver the books to Halavar, but you know, as things have gone for me in the past, not well. So I made a third copy, and he hands you guys 3 books to you. You guys can hold on to these in case things go wrong.
Sure.
But if they don't get posted to the Cosmos Library, then I trust in you all to make the right decision. I have one with me, one with you, and then there's the one in Oracle, and then the one that's being sent. So, 4 valiant efforts. He puts his hands together. Thank you all so much.
No problemo.
I don't know you.
He like
Good
double
luck.
takes to you. It's like I
But you're
never,
welcome.
I don't. I just. Who are you?
Runa.
Runa. Okay. Runa.
Mhm, yeah.
Runa.
Mhm.
Where's that other one? Velu.
Luna. Mm-hmm.
Runa.
Oh, he's dead. I
What?
think he
He
died.
died.
I saw him die.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
It was very sudden. We're still grieving.
Yes, that's why we must leave.
Oh, how I loved him.
Who?
Well, make haste, my friends. He just like goes
Oh,
over and slaps the
woe
back
is
of the
us.
cart. Farewell. Wait, Idris. And he just like kind of
Um,
waves as he's like waving you off. He's like, he like rushes over. He's like walking by the side of the cart as it's moving. He like kind of reaches
Idris
up.
hops off the cart to walk with him.
He's like, your hair, Idris, your hair, Idris. No. You did not do that. You did not
I
do
did.
that. Oh,
did.
you can't show mom.
She won't notice by the time I'm
No,
back.
you can't
it'll
show
be regrown.
dad. You can't show anybody. This is terrible.
Do you not like it?
You know what this means.
I'm mourning a death.
And he kind of like gets a little softer, and he takes his hands off his head and just like lowers down. You never changed.
Mm-mm.
He gives you a big hug.
She returns the hug.
This really squeezes tight. It's like, what am I gonna do with you, little sister?
I don't know. Whatever you choose to do.
Just stops, pulls you aside, pulls you by the shoulders, and just kind of shakes you for a second. God's speed to you and your friends.
I'll be back before you know it. Did you take that job, by the way?
I did. We'll see if I can help in the
How-
community center. The mayor here has always been gaudy.
No
But-
kidding.
There's a teaching position now.
You're going to stay here then?
It seems safer. And also less people trying to take your stuff. But
I'll write you.
I'm sure you will. All right. Maybe there's a better thing for me to say other than I'm alive. Spur of the moment choice
Well,
there.
It was hasty for sure.
But look where you ended up. It worked.
Yeah. Indeed, it did work.
Looks around at the group. You got good friends on ya.
Idris doesn't even like look back. Yeah.
I gotta get me some friends. And he just like turns around and leaves you.
Bye.
Love you. And just like waves.
Love you. Idris just walks beside the cart now.
You guys all start to leave Caldora. And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Oh my gosh, I have to pee so bad.
Very well, friends. As we wrap up the time in Caldora, what was I saying? Anyways, I'm gonna see you back in 15 minutes. I was gonna go off some like tangent of like, ha ha ha, that's so cool, but like I forgot. So I'll see you guys
Yes,
around.
the heroes
the heroes
ride off into the
sunset. That's what I was thinking.
Will their journey continue? Find out after this break.
Perfect. Thank you for that. 9:20. We'll say that. 20 minutes past. I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Let's not get all hasty, guys. Calm down. Calm down. Jeez, I can barely hear myself think.
No. You cannot contain this.
Ladies, I can only handle one.
Ladies,
call.
there's enough men everyone.
Roll call. Cat.
No.
Potato.
Arr.
Allie. Allie.
Oh, God.
Allie.
She said a me. Wah.
I didn't
It's
hear it.
made a weird noise.
I didn't hear it. It's so damped. One more time for the back audience. I can't hear what she's saying. She's speaking.
I hear it.
It just sounded
You
more
didn't hear that noise?
No, oh, it's a soundboard.
Oh.
I have soundboards turned off. So
Lame.
Lame.
the world will not be able to hear you, but we know
I'm
you're
leaving this
with us.
campaign.
Nimbus!
What's up, gang?
Zap!
We
He's
make
here.
the eardrums bleed.
Zap!
Here. He's the soundboard.
Zap!
He
I know.
soundboard.
He used the soundboard.
I know. Dion!
Jacob, just so you know, he used the soundboard.
If you use a soundboard, Dion will lose it.
Leon.
Oh, he's actually not.
Yeah, he's just not here.
Okay, well that makes it difficult. There's 3 for sure, because there's the only 3 voices I hear in my head right now, and the audience gets to hear too.
That sounds normal.
All right.
Gamble away your life savings.
With that, we're going back into it. Traveling. Moving out from the scene. We're going to. What direction are you guys traveling? North, south, east, west?
South.
Where are you going?
South.
You want to travel
Mumbai.
south to
Mhm.
Mumbai is not south. That is
Oh, it's
a
north?
different direction. Given our ability to look at our current map of the world. Oh, you mapped Mumbai wrong.
Yeah.
It's the
I don't
wrong
know where it
one.
is.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It is not there. Yeah. Where are we going?
Ymir!
Ymir.
Where's it
Where's it at?
Oh.
What direction would you point people to get to Nimbai from Caldora?
I literally don't know.
All right, guys.
As the player, do not know.
Peak.
Character
Right?
probably.
Can Cruz make an educated
Like south?
guess?
South. Wait, never eat soggy waffles. Southwest.
You have no clue in the world where you are. This is just a canonical. Ymir has no clue where Caldora is, and has never seen a map, and has no clue. So as soon as you guys go to set foot to start traveling, you guys stop in your cart, look around at one another, and be like, Where do we go? This is just a normal problem.
Can Ralu make a history check to see if he knows?
Yeah, I'll allow all of you guys to make history checks, but like,
Cool.
you will also be going off of whims if it's low, so you might end up.
I get
somewhere
advantage because I used to live there.
Well, you're not there right now, so I don't think so.
I got
Damn.
11.
I think the only person that could
You know, like
Right.
the only person that could have advantage right now is Idris because they were from here.
I still got it 19, but
I got it 18.
Okay. I got some geniuses in the bunch. My bad. If anybody else wants to make a roll, you may. Otherwise, north, technically.
Damn.
Technically northeast from where you are currently.
fuck.
Fucking opposite of what you're here.
So
My bad. I haven't been there in a minute.
I'll take a screenshot for what that looks
No,
like.
I'm
for you
fixing it.
guys. It's fine. You have it, right?
Yeah, I'm literally uploading it.
Okay. But in updating towards going to Mumbai, there's a little bit of travel for sure. It's literally north. It's literally northeast from here. You can travel across the coastline and get awfully darn close to Mumbai. So if you travel north, you will end up in Mumbai, and it's only a week's travel away, which is pretty short compared to like all the rest of the travel you've done.
Cool.
You can delete the old one too if you like.
Mhm.
Yeah. With that, you guys start moving in the direction towards Mumbai. It's a week's worth of travel. There is some daily stops as you start to go from a cliffside and grassy area to more deserty sand. There are no real shoreline places after a certain point, and at times when you're traveling, the path is not clear because a north path to Mumbai, there's no trade route from Caldor to Mumbai. So you guys, if you're following like a charted path going north, it's going off the road a little bit into the sands, which is fine. It'll still get you there in a week. It just means that you're not going to be stopping at any cities along the way. So, with that, your days come through. Would you guys like to time skip to where you're arriving to the outside of Mumbai? Or would you rather have some of those days filled in with some short time for downtime?
What Karn wants to do is find more jobs. Like, if we're going through cities.
You are not going to be going through any cities on your way to Mumbai.
Alright.
It's going to be mostly desert and coastal area.
He'll be practicing his plane then, every day.
I think I'd like to have a conversation with Idris at one point.
Okay, we'll put that there. Anything else from anybody as far as like things to do and tasks to become of?
Bruce wants to, I don't know, have a prayer session.
Okay.
Mos is working out like a big, strong boy.
Prayer session
As
with
you do.
Mimosa.
As you guys go and set your things, Velu, you also have an opportunity to do things if you wish, but otherwise, you're
Oh, I
studying
can
a
do
book,
anything?
right? I mean,
I can do anything?
What would you like to do, buddy?
Nuke the world. You said I can do anything. I'm
Why
just
the fuck
kidding.
would you do that? It's a moon, you
I'd like to-
idiot.
I'd like to end the campaign.
I'm
I
like
like
I can do now. It's out of my hands.
Hey, the hand's safe. You didn't die.
I guess if he'll be reading the Infernal book, obviously, to practice his language. But if your mirror, he'll be on the lookout for your mirrors, like research, to see if he does any more working or studying or researching on that.
And then for
That's it.
Idris,
Nothing.
Alright, cool. As that occurs and the steps take place north day by day, I would like for all of you to roll initiative. As we go through each of your points one by initiative order. There's 6
30,
of you,
20.
so 6 days seems fair.
I'll swap with whoever's lowest. I have a 26.
I got a 5.
Ah,
I got a 21.
holy moly, guys! I'm glad this wasn't combat. I'd be
Nim, do you want to
fucked.
swap?
Nah.
Does anyone want to go first?
Me and my son, I guess.
What'd you roll?
I got a 9.
I got 11.
Okay.
All right. Putting that all together. Twenty-six, 20, 26, 20, 11. Ymir, you rolled what again? Sorry.
A 5.
A 5, and then it just was 9.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. And then Billy was a 21.
You're
All right, cool. Cornelian, you're just keeping your same initiative from the beginning?
I'm swapping with
With-
Bruce.
All right, Father Cruz.
I have a 26.
Cool. Father Cruz, you get the show. The first day goes to you. We cut to a scene where, when would you want this to happen? At the end of the day, beginning of the morning? Like, what do you want?
End of the day.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have finished a long travel. Not a lot of talking for your first day. A lot of you are still like kind of recovering from what's passed in history and from the place you've just been, discovering the new sites, paying attention, being on a swivel because you're entering territory that Ymir has already defined as not necessarily safe. So you guys are keeping a close eye on everything. As the day passes, mostly travel about 8 hours of it. Until it just starts to get exhausting, where you guys have to stop and make your camp for the day. A camp is set kind of between the rocky coast, and you guys are by the ocean a little bit right now. You guys are camping on the beach. I will say you guys are all together for the sake of it. The cart is set up as like a placeholder for anything that's in the background. A fire is started. Places are made to sleep for each of you. Not too difficult as it is.
Mimosa,
Hmm.
why don't you come join me?
I was gonna look around for a little bit. Okay. You gotta grab his like little flashlight.
Go. Are you guys gonna be on your own?
Sure.
Okay. There's the two of you.
Mimosa, I've been thinking, with what you have in you, and although we don't truly understand it, it's a curse.
Yeah.
And well, before our Lush had happened and other things, I had been warned by my god about all of that. Maybe we could ask for guidance on that. That's an option.
Guidance on my curse?
Yeah, I mean, we've never explored that path yet. We've always explored finding solutions in the world, but
Most
feel
will
like
just ponder for a bit, taking a moment to look at the ocean and down into himself for a second. Well, I guess.
I mean, the worst that could happen is just being right where we started.
That's true. So how do we do that?
We just pray. We just ask what we can.
Okay.
Because we'll just make a spot and just like pat across him.
Most
gonna
will just
sit?
sit down on the sand. Crisscross applesauce.
This is also crisscross applesauce. He's just gonna put together his hands and just pray.
If you want to convey any certain messages, I'll have you make a religion check. Otherwise, it's going to just be a nice shared moment.
No, I'm gonna make messages.
Okay.
Lord, you've guided us in many ways, giving us warnings about what's to come and what could be. I'm asking you for your help again on what the next step is with Mimosa. You've told me that in the days to come, what can happen, and I'm asking you to provide that again. What can I do to be worthy of your knowledge, to prove that I'm ready for any message that you can give?
Make a religion check with advantage, because that was good.
Right. I'm using my real dice because it is disappointing me. 18.
Okay. A billow of your cape in your prayer a little bit. I don't know if that's the case, or maybe it's just like calm and serious.
No. It was 20, sorry. It was a 12 and a 10.
12, 10. So
it's 20.
Okay. With you putting this question out there, responses ever seldom reach you from your destination. It's more often than not, it's like the feeling of a piece of sand graining against their feet, guiding you in a direction, or even in the potentialness of it, a feeling of warmth and like positivity that you're going in the right way. In this moment, you don't feel too much warmth. There's no voice that answers you back in this time. But when you put to the knowledge of the days to come and what's worthy of knowledge, and talking about how you've been guided and the warnings that have been heeded, your attention is naturally just drawn to the light, the magenta light in the sky due north, the newest light addition into the world. And you don't know if you're looking at it because it's distracting or if you're looking at it because you've been guided to look at it. No other feelings come across to you, though.
Could Mimosa also roll?
I'll say you share this, but Mimosa, because they're not actually giving out a prayer, they don't necessarily roll. They're kind of just with you while you're praying. They don't feel the same thing you do. But if they want to make an effort to try, then it's different.
Mimosa wouldn't.
Very well. And as you kind of take this notice, Father Cruz, Mimosa, your eyes are closed and your hands are together, but you know that it's always been just a comfort to be with your dad. So you take that comfort in for the time. Father Cruz, your attention's turned and you are left with your thoughts.
Cruz is gonna surprise attack him to spar.
Yeah. With your initiative being higher technically in that sense, you just get him.
I get him. All right, I'm done.
You pin him to the ground in a solid attempt. Mimosa, your back's on the ground. You're like, get pinned down by your father. And you're like, wait, what?
Never close your eyes around your enemies.
Mimosa's just gonna lift him upwards.
Your father is very heavy. Out of the rest of your group, they are the most like stockiest one other than you. And your father's also no pushover either. He's a strong individual. So as you go to like try to push him off of you, restraint, as your father holds you down. And there's like a tenseness between the two of you of like just kind of like a smile and saunter laugh.
He billows escape. Now I'm done.
You just got the jump on you.
Was that your cape blowing in the wind, or did you pass gas?
That must have been you.
No, you're wearing it. That doesn't make sense.
Well, if you smelt it,
I didn't
you know
smell
what they
anything.
say. It's the wind, Mimosa. Bellow it again.
A southern
wind.
Sorry.
Is there any wind?
No.
Probably going in the opposite
Moses
direction.
is gonna scratch his head. You say so.
This will just help him up.
Moses is gonna resist the urge to yank him down and just stand. Did your god or say anything or something?
Not really. I didn't expect much, though. Well, I didn't expect you to be so weak, either.
Moses is gonna look at him.
I want to start hitting the gym again.
You're gonna what?
You might want to start hitting the gym again.
I'm planning on it.
Son, wasting away. Basically bones.
Now Moses is gonna tackle him.
And sure enough, you pin him down. Father Currency's no pushover. Like you didn't raise no bitch. He put you down on your back.
Hope I didn't hurt any of your joints. Moses will stand, lift him up.
Please, my bones are made of titanium.
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
All I hear is a non-believer.
It's probably an old dusty skeleton in there.
You know, I think you're just jealous.
Jealous of what?
My titanium skeleton.
You don't have a titanium skeleton. And there's no wind out here.
Here's a bellow escape again. There is.
No.
Look at it.
I was just gonna like look around.
Make an intelligence check.
That 20.
Oh my fucking god.
On a
19.
rare occasion, Mimosa, you believe everything your father says. You know, and this is one of those moments where you almost believe him. But as it clicks in your mind, you remember your father's gaudy purchase that he had brought to you in the middle of Caldora of a cape. And you remember like this shit-eating grin of your father when he had the cape, put it on for the first time and billowed it in front of you.
Your cape's magic. It's not the wind. I
Looks
see
like
through your lies.
Tackling, you finally put some of the screws back in your brain.
My brain's fine. It doesn't need any screws.
Maybe titanium screws.
Oh my god, Moses is gonna walk back to the campfire.
There's almost like a kick up of sand as you guys walk off back to the camp. The sand floats into the sky, again highlighting the northern magenta light in the sky. As you guys return back to the camp, we're going to cut to the next day. You guys rest, wake up, no problems as you do watches. Everything seems to be in order. And as that occurs, we're going to move to 21 in the initiative, which is Velu. Velu, what would you like to do on your day?
Nuke the town. I'm sorry.
If you choose to do so.
He'll go up to Ymir
Ymir, you are currently somewhere in travel, either in the middle in the cart or walking by it.
Mir's in the middle of the cart studying runes.
Hello.
Oh, hi. What?
Not alone, by the way. Everybody else is also around this time.
I know that.
Okay.
How is the studying?
Hard. I need something to test everything that I'm writing on.
That's what.
with the runes. Because
Oh.
they have to be in the right order to stop the Fey wild magic from surging.
Have you already tested what you needed to test? Like, have
No,
you
not
found an
yet.
arrow? Oh.
I'm thinking of creating a magical circle and doing it then, but I'm gonna make sure I've done every single calibration before I do that.
Oh, okay. You don't need help with anything?
Not at the moment. Why?
I'm just curious.
Did you want to talk to me about something?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought you got the diamond dust.
I did.
So didn't you want to talk to me when you got the diamond dust?
Velu literally looks at him, and then looks around, and then looks back at him.
Ymir just blinks.
Velu's gonna sit. Is anyone sitting next to Ymir? Question mark. Would anyone be sitting next to Ymir at this moment?
Don't know. If anybody wants to be.
I'm asking the audience.
I think Carnelian. I think Carnelian's in there. I just put
Yeah, put
Carnelian
him
there in
right
my mind.
there.
Yeah, I want
There's
Carnelian
I'm
to
there
be
too.
standing
Five
in
by
the middle of
five.
the cart. Like standing behind Ymir.
Hovering over him.
Who is?
The most and Father crews are up front. I'll say Idris is probably taking a walk beside the cart still. Otherwise, they can do anything they mean.
Karn is hovering above Ymir.
Velu looks at Ymir, and then looks right above Ymir. Hello, Carnelian.
Hi.
What you doing?
You were tuned out, Carnelian. You weren't listening.
Standing.
Oh, okay. Velu then looks back down at Ymir.
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
Velu takes out his notebook and says, and he writes in his notebook. He tries his best to write in Infernal. I would like to speak with you alone, and when there's no one else around, so then I can cast non-detect. That's why I'm not telling you yet.
A lot of
You
writing
can't say that
Infernal.
with your words.
Oh wait, I could say that with Infernal. I'm so stupid. I say that in Infernal. I
You
try
can't-
to. I attempt to.
You try to. It doesn't come out great, Ymir. It comes out like initially. Cinder's translating for you, like in your mind. He's like, "I'm thinking he wants to kiss you, but he's not saying kiss. He's saying talk." But like, it's
Yeah, he's not
the same
giving the
thing.
vibes
And it's, like,
either.
it's weird, and it's like he's looking at Carnelian, and I think he's addressing that he's in the room. Does he have a problem with him?
I don't know. What I'm getting at though, like the social cues I'm picking up is that he wants to talk to me alone. But I'm trying to figure out why he doesn't just say that outright. He's such a weird guy.
Cinder leaves a
Sure.
little flicker of flame off your shoulder.
Ymir looks over at Velu. Yeah, we could talk alone. You could just say that.
Did you say that in Inferno, or did you say that in Common?
In common.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Velu then just stares at Carnelian. How's just standing on top of Ymir, I guess, or glancing
Ymir's
over.
just gonna get up and walk out the cart.
Jumps out of the cart. Belu and Carnelian, you're left standing awkwardly together as like you initiated a conversation. Belu and Carnelian are just staring at you.
Karn's gonna take Ymir's seat and sit down.
A rare occurrence, Carnelian sitting.
He moved after 4 hours of not moving behind
It's been 2
Ymir.
days.
He's been waiting for Ymir to move.
How polite.
You like that seat?
My legs are tired.
It's a very rare occurrence that you're sitting down. No?
No,
Okay.
not really. I have to lay down to sleep.
Cordelia, you look up into the sky and think about the last time you sit, and you actually go there for a bit and think. You don't admit it, but you're thinking about it. And Velu, you step out of the cart following Ymir.
I sit by campfires.
Did last night. Card never sits at a table.
He looks at Velu. Well,
He's gonna cast non-detect on himself.
On
And
yourself. Okay.
yes, because we're moving, right?
Yep,
Yes, we're
that works.
moving. And as soon as he casts non-detect on himself, you kind of see like this black aura surround him and glimmer over him, and then it'll just fade away.
Yeah. You guys, actually, when you cast non-detect, Velu, you look around you. Ymir, you see this too. You see 3 different orbs of light around Velu just shatter.
man, got a lot of people looking for you, bud.
Which is why I wanted the diamond dust. How are you feeling?
Weird. In general.
How so?
Ymir looks back towards the group. Well, Idris isn't really talking much anymore. You're just weird in general, to be honest. Everyone else is fine though.
Well, I kind of have to be.
You have to be weird?
Yes, I am an important person. A very important person.
Ymir
And the other...
scoffs. I didn't know you were like egotistical.
No, I'm not
stop and the cart keeps rolling past for a while.
I said oh, never mind.
You said egotistical.
No, you said Ymir stops, so I was like, I figured you.
I said scoff.
Oh,
I said
scoff.
scoffs.
Sorry. Take an inspiration. I apologize. I'll blame this
Fuck
for
yeah.
today, but like, you know.
Fuck yeah.
When's the last time you got an inspiration for just being right? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Why not? Anyways.
I didn't know you were like in your head about like being super important. It's kind of funny.
You're about to make me mad.
I'll also say this, Velu, with the non-detect, it's peace around you. Like there's this like feeling of like complete like freedom that you weren't feeling before.
Velu stops in his track.
Just make sure you didn't say scoff.
No, stop.
Okay, cool.
Stop. I stopped. STOPPED. Velu stops. Takes a moment. Looks at himself. And he says, fuck it. And he goes to he changes into his original form.
Well, okay. You switch.
You see a soft smile creep across Ymir's face as he looks at Velu. I like this form a lot better than the other ones.
Thanks. It gets tiring sometimes. Acting like someone else.
I would assume so.
Idris is the only person that can make a perception check. Father Cruz and Mimosa, since you're in the front, you're currently steering the cart, and Cornelian being in the back, you're not paying attention. But Idris, walking beside the cart,
19.
19. Tell me the reaction on Idris's face as Idris turns around and Ymir's face to face with a changeling.
Idris looks over, looks back forward, looks back over, looks forward again, looks back over with a raised eyebrow. But she doesn't say anything in common. She just goes, "Who the hell is that?" in Leonin.
You just kind of tilt ahead a little bit. You look at the clothing and everything like that. It matches Layla's clothing or Velu's.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all you really get. But it is weird. But you do take notice of this, and I think for the rest of you, since you're all like kind of the cart's still arriving, and Velu mentioned stopping, Idris is the only one that can catch an eye before the cart continues, and you guys fall a little bit behind. So Ymir and Velu are now alone.
So you're the one who asks for the conversation. You kind of have to be the one leading it. What do you want?
You know how you said you felt lonely?
Mm-hmm.
I feel lonely too. Sorry that I haven't been talking to you as much. I know we talked about this before. We talked about how if I told you secrets that it doesn't matter. So, uh, you know how like I told you I'm a very important person.
Mm-hmm.
Velu's face kind of like shows hesitant. He's very hesitant before he says this, and he whispers to you in Infernal. I am your parents.
Yeah, I would have assumed so at this
Oh,
point.
okay.
Ymir
Oh, okay.
starts laughing.
He will say that in comment. Oh, okay.
I've
Oh, okay.
kind of figured.
I don't
Prince
know
or
if
princess of some variety, you know. Definitely not a fucking king. Holy shit, you'd be a terrible king if you left your entire kingdom.
Oh.
What? I'm just giving you shit. It's funny.
Oh.
Why
I
did you
mean-
leave?
Responsibilities.
You
This-
ran from responsibilities?
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Tiring. It really does get tiring.
I respect that.
I just wanted to explore for a little while.
And then you'll be back to your princely duties and you'll marry off to some rich woman or man and lead the kingdom into the next beyond of progress.
Haha, he gives you a soft punch in the arm. You're so funny.
I'm just saying, isn't that how it's supposed to go? You said you're doing this for a little bit of time.
Yeah, but I don't want to get married.
Why?
People are weird.
Velu, you're still wearing that ring on your finger because you haven't said you've taken it off otherwise.
Oh. He'll take that ring and he'll toss it. Actually, no, he's gonna sell it. He'll put it in his backpack.
Actually, never mind. I sell it.
I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell the ring. What was I saying? Fuck. Forgot train of thought.
You gotta get married.
People are weird. They're not to my taste.
So what was the specific responsibility that you ran from? Someone let me guess. Someone, marriage proposal was made and you were like, no, I don't want to be a part of it, and you ran away and you'll never know who the person is and you'll never learn.
No,
Oh,
it's not that.
what is it?
It's my time to become an friend.
From the what? Sorry?
Huh? What?
Ymir gets closer. What was that? I can't hear you. You gotta talk a little bit louder. Ymir gets even closer. Look, you gotta speak up.
You
The
heard?
what? Nope. Mm-mm. Ymir's like ear to ear now. Well,
Yeah. Anyways, so
you didn't say it.
What? I did.
What was it? Talk now.
Are you commanding me to do something?
Yeah, you're not the king yet, so I could do whatever I want.
You're so funny. Are you gonna say this joke with the others?
No, but
Mm-hmm.
it's funny now. This is like, to be quite honest with you,
I could have you executed, in fact.
I was
He
gonna say something
smiles.
cute.
What were you gonna say?
I kind of like the. This is like our little moment to actually talk, and I get to see the real you, rather than the bullshit you've been fronting for the time that I've known you.
Oh, it's not bullshit. It's bullshit that keeps me alive and doesn't get me killed.
Yeah, and I hate
Would
that
you rather
bullshit.
me?
I like the carefree bullshit that you have right now. You don't seem to have to mind much when that spell is casted, and I get
Yeah.
to see the you that you want to be without the surviving and the thrilling adventures and the shape changing and the blah blah blah. I'm Viola or whatever her fucking name is. You're just you. You're Velu.
Baloo gives you another punch in your arm, a soft punch.
Okay, you gotta stop because I got brittle bones, man.
I have brittle bones too. I'm a wizard.
Okay, that's fair.
Well,
But
actually, I'm stronger than you.
But either way, you didn't answer the question. You actually did a really good job of misdirecting it, but I'm going to pay attention to it. What were you going to be? What is it your time to become?
Baloo looks around and then looks at you.
You guys do not see the cart.
You're lying.
We got left behind because you stopped. Hurry the conversation up.
Ing. I said it. See? Let's stop walking while we're talking.
Yeah, now you're walking back at a quick pace back to the group.
You
It
heard?
just gives like I heard you.
Do I need to repeat it?
No, you said it.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you want to be
Yeah.
king?
Again, responsibilities. It's too demanding. I don't like it.
Did you tell your family that?
No. Maybe.
Do you have siblings? You have siblings.
You don't know how many though.
Exactly. Oh, I need to know this now.
Why?
Because what if you have the same amount of siblings that I have?
How many siblings do you have?
Like 6. I have 6.
Oh, I have less.
Oh,
Way less.
5 siblings. I was counting myself.
Oh, okay. Someone doesn't know how to count, but
Okay.
you know,
Okay. Fuck
as
you.
the second smartest person in this like group, like. Wait, actually, I think Idris might be. Idris is smart.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think so.
smart.
Yeah.
You guys
He might
start
be.
to slowly approach the back of the cart. I think the only person within earshot is Idris and Carnelian right now.
I think Idris is like super smart.
Pretty intelligent, I'd say. But
Yeah.
either way, that's really interesting information that I'm going to grill you on later.
Please don't.
Oh, I
Like,
will. Be prepared.
no. Can you not mention anything? Like,
Stand ready.
stand ready.
Stand ready.
What do you mean?
For when I ask you a bunch of questions. I gotta get to know you more.
Okay.
You're like an interesting pocket of just full-on mysteriousness. I gotta know more. I'm a scientist.
And I'm a wizard. Yay. Actually, you know what I am.
You guys approach close enough to the cart now at this point where all party members can hear what you are saying and where you are. Idris, again, your perception where you roll, you hear them approaching from behind. It doesn't take long for you to turn an eye and see that Ymir is still with the same individual that you had seen. And then Carnelian, you're hearing this as well.
Karn sits cleaning his gun.
Wouldn't we notice that Velu sounds different?
I mean, he's talking a lot more, which
Yeah,
is
but
different.
he used to be a woman. Now he's in a man form.
He used the same voice, really. I mean, Belu's voice has always been monotonous to whatever like gender they were at. So they've always kept the same voices. They only had to act as their voice whenever talking to his quote unquote old husband. So really, you don't tell that significant of a difference in voice.
Yeah, Idris is just kind of glancing in Ymir and Velu's direction, but that's about it.
Does Velu see that Idris is glancing?
I mean, yeah, you've approached and now you see them. Yeah.
Velu gives you a wave.
Idris waves back.
How is? Oh. Velu wants to say something to Idris, but Velu takes a moment and doesn't say anything.
Idris
then-
just raises an eyebrow at them.
Velu then looks at your mirror. Okay, well, I'm gonna change back to my original form, I guess.
Well,
And
it was nice seeing this one. And Mimosa will give Velu a kiss on the forehead. Goodbye, old form.
Mimosa?
Mimosa.
My
Mimosa?
bad, Velu.
What did I do?
Velu?
You
Nothing.
kissed Velu.
Velu
Oh.
kisses Velu? Like, I'm confused.
Ymir kisses
Mwah, mwah,
Velu on the
mwah.
forehead and says
Big
goodbye
dragonborn
to his old
kisses.
form.
So, in his original form, he's way taller than you. He's 5'10", 11.
Okay. Just to be
That's
clear.
Cool.
Just to be clear, so that means you had to jump. You gotta jump.
I think Ymir is 5'9".
Oh god.
It's like a couple inches.
So
not a big deal.
you said way taller. It's like a few. It's like an inch.
Yes. Velu looks at him and kind of like smiles, and then turns back into his original form. I mean, not his original form. His
Layla. Yeah. You
Luna,
shift.
whatever.
Runa, whatever you want to
Yes.
call him today. You've made 3 names. You got to figure it out.
We'll call it Doodoo Pookie Head.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, the conversation ensues. Zap, that's all you wanted to do for your day?
Oh, and just read Infernal.
You have non-detect, by the way, focused for 8 hours of your day.
Yeah.
Okay. So, 8 hours of traveling ensues, and nearing the end of the day, it becomes night. The camp sets up, and you'll have like basically a last word before like going to bed with anybody at the party if you so desire. But otherwise, is there anything else?
Is non-detect still on before I go to sleep?
Yes. Once you go to sleep, it turns off.
Okay. Velu would specifically go up to Idris. Hello.
Idris is just playing on her lyre, and she looks up. What's up?
How is Idris?
I am fine. How are you?
I am also fine.
Good.
Are you sure you're fine?
Mm-hmm. Are you sure you're fine?
Velu takes a moment before answering. Not really, but we gotta keep pushing, you know?
Would you like to talk about it?
I already told you, Mary. Velu's muttering to himself. Sure.
Idris
But,
just pats the ground next to her.
but if I talk about my stuff, you gotta talk about your stuff.
I have really nothing to say.
But you haven't been talking to the group.
Idris just shrugs. I don't have much to say.
Why not?
I just don't.
Velu sits right next to Idris. Okay. I mean, we don't gotta talk. We can just sit here and chill. I just feel as though you haven't been talking.
No, I
Like-
haven't.
Anyone, not even Carnelian, which is very odd for me.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Wow. Since no one has said, I feel like no one has said this to you. I'm sorry.
Idris just shrugs and looks away, and she just looks forward. It's fine. Doesn't really matter.
Well, it did. It does.
No, it's okay. I don't need an apology anyway.
You have feelings. I have feelings. We all have feelings. So
It doesn't really matter. I tried to do what I thought was best, and clearly that wasn't enough, so I'm just here now. Velu gets this kind of like look of a look sweeps across Idris's face, and it's weird. The best way it can be described of is just like regret.
well, you said that the hand left, but that doesn't mean it's dead. We might see it again.
Well, we might see Barringer again.
Who gives a shit?
I do.
I don't.
I did.
You care about the hand, do you not? Why do you care about Behringer? He's dead.
Because the hand might not be Barringer, but it's still a physical connection to Barringer. And
But
the hand falls into the wrong hand. It would
funny.
be potentially catastrophic, and
But the hand's smart.
the hand is smart.
So it'll just sneak away. Like,
But
it's
just
smart.
But it's the thing is that it was attuned to me. I had no evil in my heart to use it for such a thing. But that doesn't mean that someone he might attune to doesn't have the same intentions.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but he is smart, and I feel as though he wouldn't pick someone who has evil intentions. You know what I mean? Like, he picked you for a reason. Am I wrong to say that? No, because you're good. He might pick someone good, or he might find someone better. That, not better, but like, good
No,
enough. Just like,
that is the right word. I'm just a humble bard. I don't.
no, that's not what I meant to say.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Someone with a better magical prowess than I have. It's normal.
Elo just looks down at the ground, thinking about the last time he said something bad to Idris and Carnelian. And then he'll look back up. Well,
Idris is looking forward. She's not looking at him.
Bella would kind of feel weird that Idris is not looking at him. Well, I guess I'll leave you to it then.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too. Bella will go back. He'll try to find where your mirror is at.
I don't know where Ymir would be hiding at. I don't think he'd be hiding. Probably just be writing.
I think
somewhere.
at this point, like people are like resting and stuff. So you're preparing to go to bed right now.
Hello.
Hi.
Sleep?
Yeah. Soon. Good night.
Velu's gonna take like his sleeping bag, put it 2 feet away from you, and sleep.
Ymir will smile and sleep.
Also, does Velu feel the effects of non-detect go off while he's sleeping?
You have it for until you go to bed.
He went to bed.
Until you go to bed.
He went to bed.
All right, yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's over. Your day's over. Everybody sleeps, rests. It's all done.
Next.
After you, Velu, that leaves our initiative 20, which I believe was No, it wasn't Mimosa. It was Idra. No, Brain. Why am I tweaking? Was it Mimosa?
I had 20.
Yeah, Mimosa. You want to work out?
Yes.
All right. Roll me and.
Melissa's gonna gather anyone who wants to join him.
Are you doing like a group exercise activity?
Yeah.
I will join.
Maybe by unanimously, all of you are just kind of like there in the morning, and Mimosa's like putting an offer out for anybody to work out. And is there anybody who doesn't for sure, like is absolutely for sure not going to join?
Me.
Idris.
Velu.
Velu and Idris, you both sit in like your sand area, like doing what you wish to do, but you see not too far away, like maybe like 30 feet, 45 feet away, you see Mimosa leading a workout between Father Cruz, Ymir, and Carnelian. Mimosa, you run them through the gauntlet. Carnelian's keeping up, Father Cruz is keeping up. Ymir, it's a struggle for sure. Even Carnelian, you're having a hard time with some of these strength-based conditions. Mimosa, I need you to roll an athletics check.
Swag. That was really bad. 13.
It's good news. That's the strength saving throw that all three of you have to make for this workout.
What do I have to roll? Sorry.
Yes, all three, Father Cruz, Ymir, and Carnelian have
You
to
get,
roll a strength saving throw.
everyone gets a +4.
Wait, why am I making it? Where did I come from?
You're working out. You didn't. I asked and no one said anything. So you're opted into this mimosa workout, whether or not Carnelian
Everyone-
drove you or Father Cruz drove
No,
you.
no, no. It's not a D4. It's a +4.
Oh, 20 type shit.
20. It's a 13 save.
13 save. 19.
Okay. And then Carnelian was
20.
20. Father Cruz.
23.
Okay. Yeah. Mimosa, they're pacing you right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mimosa's gonna like wipe a tear from his eye. He's so proud.
You rage, like you know that you full rage and you think you're going like super hard, like strength wise. But Father Cruz just strikes straight up. It's like maybe we could like do clap push-ups instead, and like starts doing it in the sand, you know. And Carnelian's like, yeah, but like what if we like did like super squats and like picks up Ymir and starts squatting him? And he's
Maybe
like,
we just stop. Maybe
Ymir,
we
how
stop
far-
doing things.
Ymir, how far do you think I can throw
I can
you?
only. You see, Ymir,
Huge
he's trying his
challenge.
best to keep up.
Ymir is-
Blank.
I'm pushing everything I have.
You know, Ymir, there's a moment where like you're working out in the sand and it feels natural to you because like this is where you're from. Working out on like hard pavement has been always difficult in like ground floors, but in the sand it's like it's a different vibe. Like you literally sit here and you're working out like doing push-ups and stuff and you're kind of keeping up for a second there. You're actually kind of like breathing in, breathing out, you know, like doing the rest of the cardio steps. There's a couple moments you get a little winded, but miraculously
I don't want
Father
to do this
Cruz
anymore.
Mimosa's gonna
Carnelian
go to like
carry you.
each individual, like show off which muscles are flexing. Look
I
at your
don't
calves
wanna-
right now, Ymir.
Stop, I don't want to look.
Look, they're like
If,
they're so
if
pronounced.
I look, I'll break focus and my bones will break. I
You're not
promise.
gonna
I
break.
promise.
Mimosa's gonna put a hand on his shoulder and like look in his eye, like a little twinkle. You got this.
Please stop looking at me.
All four of you will have advantage on your next athletics check.
Thanks.
The very next
I'm writing
athletics
that
check.
down.
Yeah, I'm writing it down too because I forget too. The day passes. You guys all gain 1 point of exhaustion at the end of your night before you go to bed just because of the workout.
Ugh.
But that's the atrophy kicking in. Mimosa doesn't get that same exhaustion, but the three of you who haven't really, I mean, maybe Father Cruz, no, but this is the
I'm
first
too
time.
old for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, yeah. All three of you get like a point of exhaustion. You start to feel like the wear and tear on the body because of traveling too, and it's like it's a good exhaustion. It's a yeah. Of course I'm weak because I killed myself today. But yeah. Otherwise, Mimosa, is there anything else?
Mimosa's gonna look at Idris, and he's just gonna walk over. Are you okay?
Idris is reading. What?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. How are you?
I mean, I know you're really upset about losing your hand, and you've been very quiet lately.
Mm-hmm.
So are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just saying that?
No, I'm responding to your question.
Oh. Why did you like the hand so much anyways? I'm not saying anything. I'm just curious. I've never had a familiar. Mimosa's gonna sit down. Or a
He-
pet.
He was intelligent.
There's a what?
He was intelligent.
Intelligent?
He was smart. He was just special and he was funny. I don't know. For some reason, it just kind of clicked, even though he dragged me through a crypt at first.
He
But,
dragged you through the crypt?
Oh yeah, you weren't there for that. So we had solved the puzzle, and he came barreling out of wherever he was held. I chased him down, grabbed him, but he overpowered me, so I was grappled basically and dragged. And
That tiny little hand?
Carnelian had to chase after me because I was screaming my head off. But it was fine. You see, another wave of like regret hits her face, and she just kind of shuts up. Yeah.
Maybe eventually. I don't really know much about magic. It's not my thing. But like, Ymir and Velu are very smart. Maybe they can find a way to change the curse. If that's a thing.
That you can't. There's no way, and he's not coming
Well,
back
that's
anyway.
the first problem. You're saying there's no way.
Because there's no way.
I'm sure there could be a way. If you think hard enough.
There's not.
I like to think there's a way for everything. I mean, I'm trying to find a way of mine. It makes it easier if you think there's a way to fix something.
Yours can be fixed. Barringer or Cackle's cannot be, but it doesn't matter. He's gone, so whatever. And then Idris just goes back to her book.
Okay. Also, like, look around awkwardly for a moment, like twiddling with his fingers.
Everybody else seems to have gone to bed.
You can go to sleep, I'm first watch.
I know, it's just, other night, like, when we were in that room and Ymir's mentor. Almost is like sweating a little bit. He doesn't really know how to talk about it. What are we right now? Are we just friends still? Or
Idris just kind of blinks at him. Oh. Hello, extra in the background.
You.
You. Idris just kind of looks at him, and she goes, and she closes her book for a second. How well do you know me, Mimosa?
Well, I know you've had a rough past with secret code names, and you had a rough, or like didn't agree with your mother growing up too much, so you left. You had a father figure. He died recently. It sounds like your life sounds rough, but you've been getting through it.
Do you know?
I mean, as much as you've let me know so far.
Do you know what my favorite color is? Or
it's green or blue. I think it was green.
It's blue.
Blue. It's one of the two. I got it close.
What's my favorite food? Where's someone I want to go? Do I have nightmares? What do you think?
Favorite food.
I'm gonna say this, Idris, are these things that you have shared with Mimosa like delicately, or are these things that you're like just kind of like throwing out there as like a, an
it's
opportunity?
Just kind of just throwing it out there to see if they have pinpointed anything.
Would you allow a roll to indicate if they have?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll like it be an intelligence check, which sucks for Mimosa.
Oh God.
But like I'm not gonna give you advantage on it either. You set the DC, Idris.
15.
All right, buddy.
Bro, 13.
Everything's just so close yet so far. It's like you can see the valiant effort, Idris, of Mimosa trying, which is good. But every answer is wrong.
I know you talked about like this one restaurant. I can't remember.
Gnome's Garden.
Yeah, because you said it reminded you of home.
Mm-hmm.
What was the third one? The third question.
Do I have nightmares?
I mean, I can only assume so. I mean, like, you live a life like that, you have to have
Idris just
few.
kind of pats a hand on his shoulder.
What?
You know, I'm curious to see what you think. We're basically strangers to each other still. Do you not agree?
I mean, it's weird. Because we've been through so much.
But no time has really passed.
Almost feels like I've known you a lot longer than I have.
Isn't that nice?
I do think it's nice.
I
feel like that gives us more time.
I found out recently that one of my old lovers passed away through that crypt.
Old lovers?
He was very
Is that a good or bad thing?
bad. He was very important to me. So, to find out that his life was snuffed out, that's hard. He was a good man.
If he was a good man, then why'd you leave? Or did he leave?
We traveled together, and he had to go. I don't even remember where he was going, but he needed to depart, and I was heading to Oracle, so he must have passed away within the last cycle because it was recent. I last saw him not too long ago, or at least in my brain. Feels like I just saw him the other day and he's now gone, and that's hard.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, you don't have to apologize. I'm just cautious. I'm concerned. Worried, even.
About what?
What if you suffer the same fate? Or what if I suffer the same fate? And then what?
Well, given through all the situations we've been through, whatever life is throwing us at us, we've been pointing a middle finger back.
Oh, really?
I mean, how many times have we all almost died? We're still kicking.
Me twice. For the rest of you, I'm not really sure. I'm not keeping tallies anymore.
Ymir almost killed me.
Ymir did almost kill you.
I think it's fair though. I almost killed him.
That is true, but you also weren't in the right state of mind.
No.
Regardless, I don't know. What do you want?
I just want a peace of mind. Not have to be scared all the time.
Me too.
But I feel like I've been less scared recently.
Yeah, we've got a good group of people.
We do.
So
Though we bicker, argue. I guess that's what families do.
Idris just like makes a face.
Well, I only had father, so I don't really know what it's like to have a big one.
I'm not a big fan of bickering, so
no. I'm sure we can laugh about it another time. Later.
Idris just makes another face. I guess.
What?
Nothing. I don't know.
Did you know Ymir was planning on stabbing himself? For science or magic?
Was he? Maybe that's why my brother had such a weird face on him the other day.
Maybe. Do you think that's how some people like get powerful? They just hurt themselves?
I don't think that he was hurting himself to deliberately hurt himself. Some magic wielders, they have to channel it through their bodies. And it's kind of similar to attunement. She kind of holds her wrists out, and she gestures to the bangles that she wears on her wrists. These are from my mother, and they're magical, so I attune to them, right?
What did they do?
They just help me with my performance, really. So they're my good luck charm, despite them being from my mother. But some magic users must attune in a certain way, and if Ymir is trying to channel what magic he has, it's coming from inside, it's coming from himself. So he's experimenting. At least that's what I believe. It's why he locked himself up in my study earlier in the week.
I just hope he doesn't stab himself too much.
Maybe you should tell him not to.
Well, I feel like we should let him at least once so he can figure that out.
It sounds like he might do this pretty frequently, so it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
I don't know. I don't know much about magic. It's not my thing.
So you bring it up to me so that I might talk to him.
Oh no, I was just getting your opinion. I'll still talk to him. I mean, I talked to him before about it because I was curious. I just know you also use magic, so I just wanted to know what your opinion on the whole thing is. You have like music magic, and he has like purple magic.
Yep. Different magics, but still can find a core root to them, I suppose.
Both of you let out this terribly long yawn.
Yeah, I'm yawning so much.
My cue for, is there anything else that you guys discussed for the night?
No.
No.
Okay. I know you both can go for an hour, so I don't want to like keep you in the same boat.
Oh, the yapping will never end.
I know you two. I have to put a leash on it. All right. Not in a weird way, but your night wraps. The next day continues. Ymir, actually no, Carnelian. With an 11 in your initiative, is there anything you wish to do for your day? I know you're looking for jobs, but you seldom won't really find any boards out here for jobs. However, nothing prevents you from stopping a strange like event from turning into a job. So I'm gonna say you can roll a d20. If you were higher than a 10, it's gonna be a good event. If it's lower than 10, it's gonna be a bad event. Huh?
Natural one, Jacob.
Well, you know, it could be worse. We'll get to that. We're gonna move on from you. Ymir.
I would like, by the way, every day for Karn to practice in a realm.
I'm assuming
even though we have the one day.
so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you already said so. As far as practice goes, you are reaching, even in your first few times, you're reaching a peak of like you just can't like figure it out. Every time you try it, you can open up a little window to see, but you can never send something back in and out. Like you are limited, and you can feel that strain Like you wonder how it's just so simple and easy for that person you had met to just snap their fingers and make someone go. Because you are legitimately like straining your body to do so. It becomes prevalent that you lack trading in whatever this is. With that though, moving on from your days, Ymir.
It goes to Idris. She got a 9, I got a 5.
Oh, I had you reversed on this initiative. My bad. Yeah, Idris, a
Oh,
9.
good.
I know you said you didn't really want to do anything, but you have the day if you wish to do anything.
She'll practice music, I guess.
Sure. You have many instruments in your disposal, as you are aware. And I mean, you can play a multitude of tunes of what you're familiar with. There's a part of you that kind of reminds yourself of the loot you gotten in the adventure of attaining it from Waltergate. You remember trying to fix the one box that was over in Oracle. The first thing you tried to do when you first met the people you had met here, trying to get the instrument fixed, and which you did. But the mending, messing up the name that was on the back was a little bit of a downer. But as that goes, you look around, and as you're playing things and saunterly, you see that there is a bit of joy in the song, but you also play in a tone that's a little bit more of a minor tone as your emotions kind of take a role and tether in the music you play. It's not hard to tell that Idris's playing style is definitely to the mood of which they swing their tail. So I think most of your day today, if you've been just practicing, go ahead and make a performance check.
$21.
Oof. Beautiful music. Some people in this group hear the music and maybe like you can see them make a nod to like recognizing a familiar tune. But Idris, it's a clear detail that all of the notes that you choose are deliberate and paying homage to some people that you remember in your past, the way that they play in their stories. And you can't help but think about some of the people that you have met and left. And it tells in your tunes, and it's very emotionally packed. And it goes all the way until the end of your night when you kind of finish that one song and you just like finish it. And do you think Idris is a writer of songs?
Yes.
I definitely think Idris is putting notes down onto paper into humming a tune that is more resonant to their story of all the party themselves and also to her own theme of what that might be.
I would agree.
You have advantage on your next performance check.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
A beautiful song, a lullaby almost for one of your last nights as you are all finding sleep under a nice bright planetary glow. The sand turning into more sand as you guys are now approaching the outskirts of Mumbai. Ymir, being the last in initiative, you have the glory of knowing that you're the final day before you arrive to Mumbai.
On Ymir's day, he'll spend time. He's been diligently working on the runes, and he's going to spend time trying to test it. He'll work rune fixings into the sand if that's possible with firebolt, like heating up the sand or hardening it or something, and like creating runes. And upon creating runes, he has multiple different combinations. I don't know. I would like to I think in the morning do that, and they would just see Ymir jump out of the cart for a moment as it continues to move, and he'll just be like, I'm gonna work on this for like a quick sec, and he'll dig it into the ground, and when all the runes are done for this first combination, he'll cut into his hand and let it bleed out, then take out the sapphire and talk to Cinder.
Okay.
Hey, Cinder.
First, roll 1d4 just for your hit dice, real quick. I want to see how much blood drains. It's important.
4.
Ouchie, big cut. It's a little painful too because it's damage, and you feel that bleed soak out from your hand, and it's not new, but sometimes it's easier than other times. You haven't done this in a while, so you feel that sting and that bite. You get the sapphire out. You're within the ring. You call upon Cinder. Cinder appears to you again. This reminiscent feeling. Ymir,
Hi, Cinder.
how are you, darling?
Conflicted, confused, but trying.
What's changed?
Fair. I would like to test out these runes and cast a spell through these runes.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I've mixed my blood within the runes, so if you can possibly focus a surge within the runes and just trust me on it.
Ooh, that should work. Give me a moment. And you see that heat kind of returns and billows out from you again as the flames flicker. These magenta, like, flickers of flame come off the shoulders for a second and from the eye as there's focus. Make an Arcana check with advantage.
Okay. And as the... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I was, like, rolling, but I got a 21. As the flickers begin to occur, Ymir is going to start by doing innate sorcery, and his markings around his body begin to move as he focuses his own magical energy towards the sapphire and the rune fixture before Cinder does whatever she's going to do to try and cast the mimicry on it.
Okay. What is the result that you want from this circle? What is it Ymir expecting?
I would expect to be able to... Ymir says mimosa.
Huh?
And then cast levitate
Okay.
on mimosa.
As you focus that word and spell, you see the image of Mimosa's face staring off into the distance in a confusion of, like, did someone say my name? You know? And as you cast levitate, you see the rune flare. As it's a circular incantation, 21, you see Cinder aiding in unlocking that potential, following the blood trail across the different runes on the ground as different ignitions light up in the circle, following the same pattern of what you described. Cinder lets out a sigh to you and says, "Oh, I thought this would be something more difficult." And you hear, like, the flames flicker brighter from the runes as basically all the rooms catch on flame. Each igniting in their own, like, individual flaming rune around you. You're able to pinpoint the rune's location into Mimosa. And as you're holding this, I need you to make a concentration check. This is the last check you'll make.
Okay.
It's just a DC 10.
Oh, I beat that hard.
Yeah, it's just a concentration check. The blood damage you do to yourself is a means of focus. And as you concentrate on the blood seeping wound and keeping that trail going, you notice that by using your blood, you withhold the wild magic component of whatever this rune is. So you get a sense that as long as something is sacrificed in return, the wild magic can persist to stop. And you see Mimosa start to levitate. No wild magic.
Yeah. Ah! What?
You
What's
hear,
happening?
Like, a giggle.
You
as
see
Ymir was, like,
there's a flaming ring around Ymir with runes igniting and blood dripping from his hand.
and he's
What's
jumping
that?
up and down.
And you're
Hooray,
floating.
yippee!
Can I come down now?
Yeah, Ymir will snap his fingers. And you'll
Most will just hit the
fall.
ground.
Yeah, you drop your concentration, the flames disrupt, the runes scatter across the sand as you see, like, literally where the runes were, just basically ignite and dissipate. into like debris and nothing else, almost basically melting into glass and disappearing into the sand once more. Cinder returns back to your body and says, "Ooh, I like that flavor. That was interesting. Little."
Really? Oh, you're still going. Are you glitching out?
Make a make an intelligence check.
Okay. An 18.
An 18. She's not speaking any languages right now. And you try to like comprehend it in some type of way, and all you hear in your head is.
Are you good?
And it just like waits, and for a second it's like.
This sounds really weird in my head.
Bongo like tugs on your shirt, and it like
hi.
holds up like a little towel for you for the blood.
Oh, thank you, Bongo.
And just
Give
nods.
me a
It's
little
like,
pat Bongo on the head.
was it a success?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. What do you mean?
Well, I've gathered that the wild magic stops when I have something to sacrifice, but also Cinder's acting really weird in my head.
Oh, that's strange. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a bit of a give and a take. Maybe I need to do more work on the runes.
Maybe it's not the right order.
I'm not sure. Might not be.
After a minute, after about 1 minute, you hear Ymir.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Are you good?
Yeah, I couldn't say anything. Every time I tried speaking, it was like I was speaking backwards.
So
I think that's just a taste of the wild magic.
Interesting. Were you incapable of? You might be incapable of giving me a surge within the time frame that you're like, sort of glitched out.
Possibly. I do not know. I know that
Let's test it.
It's random, I suppose.
You dealt with the wild magic.
The shrugs, like you can like visually see the shrug in your mind. It's like, you know, it could be. It was weird.
So,
I never had that feeling before. That was new.
I need to recalibrate the runes.
Is this what it feels like to be targeted by a spell? It's very gross.
Yeah.
Ew.
I didn't think it would work on you because you're like a powerful being, but
no,
it
but like,
so.
see, it's like it's not affecting me. It's just changing things, and it's you hear the shudder inside. Gnomes are weird.
Gnomes are fucking weird, dude.
And just like with the rest of your day, you practice on this some more in the rest of your day. At the end of the night, you have a very big confidence in the next one that you could try that would maybe work. But otherwise, I'm gonna say for your day to day, Cinder does not want to try again today. Cinder just like goes like, not today. That was a lot. I didn't realize. Oof, what could be worse? Maybe if you do it wrong, what happens if it's wrong? Like really wrong?
Could be terrible, but it's okay.
We'll give it another shot tomorrow.
I'm fine with that. Thank you, Cinder.
No worries, dear, and I hope you have a wonderful time. I think your friend's mad at you, you little Leonin one.
I was actually gonna go like check that out for a little bit.
Well, girls will be girls, as you know. Maybe you should.
Yeah, but like this is my girl.
Is she?
Yeah. I would hope
I thought
so.
I was your girl.
You're also my girl. Anyone could be my girl, but like it's very specific bad bitches, and you both are bad bitches.
It's like a laugh and it fades away in your mind.
Ymir's gonna get up, give himself a little chuckle, and he'll walk over to Idris. What's Idris doing?
Idris is probably writing down whatever she was doing yesterday.
Ymir plops on next to her.
A glance up from her book, and then she's right back to writing.
Ymir just kind of sits there, and then eventually he'll open his book and begin writing.
Idris just continues writing.
How long do you guys write for next to each other without breaking words?
I'd
That's
say
to you, man.
10. I'd say 10 minutes, and then Ymir will break the silence and be like, if you're able to exist with someone while not speaking at all, that shows a good sign of bonding.
Okay.
I'm just fucking with you. Do you? Okay. You've been like pretty standoffish as of recently, which I mean, there's obviously a reason for it. And
Mhm.
would you be cool to talk about it?
I don't really have much to say right now.
Is it in the book that you're writing?
Mm-mm.
What's the book for?
Lyrics.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
are they done?
No, but
Could I get a demo?
you can read it. And she just kind of passes
Read it. Ymir
the book
pushes
over.
it back. Read it. You have
Yeah.
a voice box, don't you? You could
You
sing
can-
it.
No, you can read it.
But I like hearing your voice.
I don't feel like it right now.
What if we sung it together?
You can sing it if you'd like to.
Ymir makes a pout face.
Idris just has a stoic face. There's not really much of a smile.
Is this how we're always gonna be? Or is it like for now?
I don't know. I'm not
Well,
exactly happy at the moment, so
that's fair. Well, that's also fine. Eventually, hopefully, you'll feel better. And whenever that happens, I'll be here. And I would hope that if I was ever in your kind of mood and you were around, I would hope that you'd be there. And just know that no matter what we're kind of going through, I'll still be here. I'm not really gonna go anywhere.
Idris just kind of gives him a look. And it's the same, there's a same sweeping face of regret.
What's that?
I'm just, feeling weird. That's all.
Can I ask you a question, Idris?
You can ask me whatever you want, yeah, man.
When your hand left, why
Mhm.
didn't you go with it?
He didn't want me to. He wondered why I wanted to go with him.
You wanted to leave with him?
No, but I also didn't want him to leave. But you all wanted to eradicate him off of this moon, so he decided to leave. And I didn't stop him. It's not like I was attuned to him, he was attuned to me.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest here, that's probably gonna have some crazy repercussions later in the world, but I really don't give two shits.
Again, this face on Idris, it is full of regret.
Sorry, I'm
and
not really
she-
good at
And
this.
she just quietly puts her hands on her forehead and she goes, "Are you done?"
I'm sorry. It was
You
kind of
know,
like a
it's really funny that you all start mentioning that there are potential repercussions. It is like I was saying that from the get-go.
yeah,
But
but
now we're saying, oh, what if there's repercussions? Of course there's repercussions. There's repercussions for everything.
well, I don't really want to argue with you right now.
I'm
I
not arguing. I'm
well,
stating the obvious.
if I state what I think right now, then it will turn into an argument. So I'm not going to say that. So I'm just going to agree to disagree with you about everything that has occurred because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're traveling together and then we're gonna go to Mumbai and I'm probably gonna get captured and caught and chased by a bunch of other people that are probably going to try and kill me. And when I'm wooing and swooning over who will save me, the thoughts and the faces of those people will be you and everyone else. So I don't uh, like we're not gonna see eye to eye on everything, but we just also just gotta accept that we're here together. And I'm sorry that you regret certain things, but it's your life, you know. You can still make the decisions that you want to make, and I'll support them. I just won't agree with them.
It just kind of just stares at him for a second, but she doesn't say anything. Why are you making those sounds?
I was like thinking about how our conversation goes into like these long silences, and maybe if I fill it with like slow motion voice line, then there will be more like ambiance in it. And you look at Ymir's face and he's so serious. So that's what I was trying to do because there's like a lot of awkward silences for good reason, but
And did it work? Did it add to the ambience that you wanted?
you could try it.
It just shakes her head. I don't think I will.
All right. I think it works in my head, but you know. All right. Well, it was nice, I think. And you'll see Ymir get up
Have a
and
good day, man.
you'll see him nod and he'll head out.
Okay. Your day ceases to the night. It's calm in demeanor. Some conversations I had between you and Velu and others as you turn in for your night. If there's nothing else, I'm gonna run back over to Carnelian's day and we're gonna end the session because we might end on combat for that. Find out based on Carnelian's rolls. So lock in. All right, Carnelian. On your day, you're looking out and going for some jobs and things that you could possibly do. You do see a group of kobolds who are currently like walking across the desert in the distance. And it looks like three of them have like spears, and there's one in the front who is holding like a big sack behind them. Like it's like a big Santa sack. This is the only people you have seen on today. And you've missed a lot of opportunities otherwise.
Do they look like they need help in any way for like a job opportunity?
They're walking in a direction that's like perpendicular to you. So like by the time you've kind of gone, you might end up intersecting because they're going like towards they're going towards the east, like closer into the desert. And you are going like on the coastal side. So you guys are going to intersect at some point. The cart is going to hit them at some point, not like in a way that's like going to hurt them. Just like you guys are going to be meeting in the middle at one point. It's going to naturally happen, but you just see this and you're the first to see it.
Okay.
So, as the cart approaches, Father Cruz, Mimosa, Idris, Ymir, Velu, you're all around. There's nothing else really going on for you guys. I think Father Cruz always leading kind of the cart way, and Mimosa also there as well. You all see this group of 3 different kobolds and 1 leader who is like leading with this big sack on their back, and there's 3 kobolds with spears, and they're just like kind of walking.
Mimosa would put his warhammer on his lap.
I wonder if they've been hunting.
They don't seem to
What
say
is the
anything.
hunt out here?
Any of you speak, what does kobold speak? Draconic? Yeah, it's Draconic.
I speak Draconic.
You hear a conversation between 2 of the kobolds. Mimosa. Another one.
We can't keep sending them, sir.
The guy in the front speaks back. It's like,
You want to carry them? We gotta make it back to the camp. They can't keep stoning us.
There can't.
We all hear this.
this is Draconic. Mimosa hears
Oh.
this.
Belu looks at Mimosa and in Draconic says, "Do you want to do something about this?"
Mimosa's gonna reply in Draconic. I don't know. I mean, they seem to be doing a good job carrying it. Unless we want to help them. I don't know how far their camp is.
What is with this secret conversation going on, guys?
Huh?
In Draconic,
One of the kobolds like
Mimosa-
turns over to Father Cruz.
What?
You know, look at Mimosa. Well,
Mimosa's gonna look at them. What are you carrying in the bag?
You see the guy just like staring at you. The guy who's holding the bag is like,
It's complicated.
How complicated could carrying something be?
Belu's translating to the group.
they're speaking in common right now.
Oh.
The front leader one's like,
you-
are you, like looks at all of it, scratches his head, and immediately like drops the bag. You guys see the thud of the bag as sand poofs up into the air from where they're at, and they just kind of look at you guys, and they're like,
Do you guys like fight monsters?
Mimosa will look at
Right.
the group. Yeah, we do that.
sometimes.
You got a
Ah,
monster
okay.
for us to kill?
the leader like walks up. It's like,
I can pay you with things. I got stuff. Jewels and like trinkets. Does that work?
You got diamond dust?
I don't got diamonds.
Can we see the jewels?
Back at the camp.
What do you need us to do for you?
Well, our tribe leader sent us out to go scout an area for more jewels and more trinkets, but 2 of our guys didn't come back. So we,
points it around us.
there were 5 of us, and now there's 4 of us, and maybe you should see.
And he goes and opens the bag. You guys see petrified kobolds in the bag.
No.
Yeah, we can go.
Ymir smiles. What could do this?
It's like they kind of like look at it and it's like,
They petrified Bill. He was my favorite.
And a monster did this?
He was 2 days old.
Think of the blood and the organs that this monster could produce if it has petrification abilities. We have to kill it.
Sorry for your loss.
And
Oh, yeah,
this
that
one
too.
here.
That's so sad.
This is Julius. And he's like petting the stone head. All his stuff froze on him. I can't even get the jewels he got.
Why
So
don't
what
you
is the monster?
It's a Medusa.
Oh.
You're gonna have to. Can I see what the payment looks like?
I don't have it. And my
Where is
camp's a
it?
couple days away.
where's the Medusa?
Over there. He just points in a direction. And you guys see in the distance, there's like this small, like, not oasis, but another sand well. Basically the same way you had found a sand well inside of the infested sands. It's like a dip and crack of a different chasm that opens in a distance, like some rocky formations.
Well, why don't you put your buddies on the cart for now?
How about this? We take them back to camp, right? You guys kill the monster, and we bring you back the stuff, and I'll run real fast.
You have no down payment.
Scratches his head. Boys, you got payment? And the three of them just like stare at each other and like they empty out like their leather pockets. You see like copper pieces, lint, paper pieces. Like you see a combat knife hit the ground. You see someone just drops a straw. It's like throwing things out. It's like, I got chicken. And like one guy pulls out like from his like pants a piece of like raw meat. And we're still with
hold
feathers
on
on
to
it.
that.
It's good. I kill it on the way here.
You have things of like gold value though, right?
The leader who was holding the sack is like rounding up the sack again and like tying it up.
You know what? I have one thing.
He like pulls it out of like the sack with like where the stone stuff is. And he like takes it and it looks like stone. Like it's like an actual stone thing.
This is an item really powerful.
Can I inspect it?
Yeah.
Or have
Like
someone
that
else?
throws it up into the air for you to catch.
Alright. Karn will catch it and then give it to anyone that's willing to inspect it.
Me. Belu would put his hand out. I would ritual quick cast identify.
It's like quick, like it's like you guys see different like runes just appearing all around Velu and like a glitchy like electronic thing as it like zooms in on the item and eventually identifies it. It is a petrified piece of stone. It is nothing. And you look at the kobold. It's like,
Yeah, it's like super rare.
I look at Carnelian and I give him a nod of disapproval. And then I look at the cobalt and then I look at the Carnelian. This is worthless.
Huh? What?
He said it's worthless. So, if you don't have anything of value to pay up front, because, like, there's no proof that you're going to come back with payment, we can just wipe it out for, like, nothing.
Your first insight check him?
you can make an insight check for sure.
Yeah. 21.
21. Dude looks like he's about to break down. Like, bro looks like he just heard the worst news of his life. And he's like looking at like Carnelian and he's like looking at Veli. It's like, and then the three other like kobolds are like looking at him. It's like, boss. And the boss is like clenching his fists and he's like holding it down to his side. He rushes up to Carnelian and grabs your leg, Carnelian. You gotta help us. You
I'm
gotta
gonna
help
kick him
her.
off, like, really hard.
And this like lands in the sand.
Don't touch me.
They're gonna
You can
keep
ask for it.
dying. We're gonna keep sending us.
Okay. You say you have things of gold value, and then you show me a stone.
I thought it was big.
You have gems. Do you have actual gold?
Bill lied to me. It wasn't good. But I got gold. You see, he like wipes a tear.
How much gold?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't count it. I just kind of keep getting it.
I mean, I guess if everyone else wants to, we
What do
can.
I want to?
Well, we
But
need to.
it is a
it
hefty
anyway.
value.
But think about
But you
things
guys,
we could do.
if you find any shinies in there, because that's why we were going there, you can keep that stuff.
Of course, but your payment is also required.
Okay.
Have one of you, I guess, two of you go get the payment and bring your friends back. One of you leads us over.
The leader kind of like delegates the other three to like take the stuff back to the camp, and he like grabs one of them on the shoulder. It's like,
You're in charge now, Jelaya.
and he's like,
Huh?
he like looks at them. It's like,
Tell them I fought with honor.
like turns like really dramatically, leaving his other three. They're holding this sack of stone of their friends,
Quickly.
and they scatter. You're just left with this one kobold, nameless kobold.
I'm so excited.
Lead the way.
He like rubs his chin.
You're not gonna kill me, are you?
No.
Okay. I don't
That
want to
looks
die.
Don't.
Fine.
All you need to do is show us where it is. You don't need to fight.
He points in a direction.
But you can.
This way.
He like starts walking.
Velu and Draconic will tell him, if you do lie to us, I will kill you personally.
He like stops in his path, 1 foot up, looking back at him. He's like,
Kobolds don't lie.
Yeah, just keep walking. And
Check.
Draconic.
Check.
you can make an insight check.
16.
16. He's telling somewhat of a truth. The only thing that's really weird about it is like he's telling a truth in a way that makes it seem like he wants to lie to you. Like he's like prepping you for a lie.
But like, how did Ymir know about this if he doesn't speak Draconic?
I thought the guy said it in common, not you saying it.
Oh,
He answered you in common. I mean,
okay.
in Draconic, you just said a threat, and he was like, ah. But like, he does come back to you in Draconic, and he's like,
We're gonna be fine. You guys seem strong.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be great. Even after this, we're gonna have so much. Oh my god.
He said it in Draconic.
that one he's in Draconic, and then
He
you're
said
Ymir,
it in
you're like,
Draconic.
now you're
like,
dancing. Ymir is breakdancing.
Ymir's just geeking in the background.
Are all 6 of you going, or is any of you gonna stay here?
I'm going.
I'm going.
If everyone is attending to that,
I'm going.
you all move in a direction that is away from your current path. Are you taking the cart with you on the way there?
Yeah.
Just making sure. You can always just pop back into its suitcase form at any time too, so it's like you got it.
I won't take the cart.
So you get it. You
I will.
guys. He takes you over to the front of a chasm. You guys have to climb downwards, but he like looks down and there's a rope that's already been set and pit onto the side of the chasm. And he's like, he points downwards. He's like, down there.
Lead the way.
Oh,
Are there any caves, anything down there, or is it just a straight shot?
once you get down there, there's this pile of rocks. And it's a big pile of rocks. That's where the stuff is.
Okay.
Where's the Medusa?
Down there.
He points downwards.
Is it? Okay.
I only saw it. Like, I didn't see it, actually. I ran. And we ran. we came.
Do you have
and
Do you have any information on the Medusa that we could use?
scratch his chin. Eh, it turns people to stone.
What's the process?
If you're within a certain range, I guess. If it sees you, it can turn you into stone.
Do you have to make direct eye contact?
I don't know. I thought that's how it works, but it could be possible you have to break line of sight with it. So don't. I wouldn't try just covering your eyes. I saw a guy. There's a statue down there with him covering his eyes, and it scared us.
So you think you just get too close and then?
If it sees you, I think is the problem.
Okay.
But if you kill it, it should stop the petrified stuff. So that's good.
Like, no, I mean like, did your friends turn into stone instantly?
Yeah,
Okay.
but kind of. It was like 12 seconds. They
Okay.
slowly turned into stone.
Seconds, 2
Okay.
rounds.
I have invisibility.
I also have invisibility.
Should we
I
go
also have-
You have a
first?
blindness.
I also have a blindness, and I also have the ability to cast it without actually seeing her.
Okay. Well, probably blind her, I guess.
The kobold's is like looking up at all of you.
I can hit
Go
her
wait
really
outside.
hard in the face.
Ymir sees them looking up. Do you want to fight with us too, little buddy?
Shakes head no, like really quickly.
No, okay.
I don't want to go down there.
I mean, you could be like a test subject for greatness.
Just like
I
gulps.
also have invisibility, by the way. Forgot to mention.
3 invisibility is pretty good.
Carnelian could just stealth away.
That's. I mean,
if there's coverage, you're good.
You
we
can
thinking about-
teleport using his echo.
Oh yeah,
Are
that's
you-
true.
Are we considering attacking it from range and having the people in the front line distracted the entire time?
I could
I'm gonna
use
try to block line of sight with my echo and see how that goes.
I could use my steed to distract it.
Y'all have a lot
Whatever
of
we
utility.
can position ourselves in behind something would be nice.
I have vortex warp. I could
Yes.
TP you somewhere else.
Ymir's
What do
gonna
you guys
cast,
want me to do? I hit things.
Ymir's gonna cast mage armor. Just
How long does your
Just
flight
go
last?
We're
into
Melissa?
gonna we're gonna go ahead and just end the session here. As players, you can decide what your strategy is. This can go on for a
Severance.
while.
All
I know
right, it's
y'all.
severance time. It's severance time.
Okay.
I'm so excited for a Medusa fight, bro.
Bye bye.
Was I?
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
session, Jacob.
Thank you all.
Thank you.